mic. Wave, everyone. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to Revenge of the Gith, Season 3, Episode 14. In case you guys didn't hear, we are expanding our season to past 16. It could be 18, it could be 20. 20 is at the most, but it's to hopefully get us to where Rob wants us to be by the end of the season. Because
we're only, technically, a little less than half the way through the, physical journey.
Oh man, I guess that just means we get more seasons, right? That's how that'll work.
Oh, spoiler!
Oh, okay. Alright, I mean, there's not more than anyway. So, Rob, go ahead and kick us off, introducing yourselves, our characters. Rob, give us a question. I think we'll be able to actually have one this time, since we're not concentrating on someone dying.
I didn't have, a player character.
Yeah.
To do.
Yeah.
I have so many things I'm excited for this session, but first, I'll introduce myself. I am Rob the Jam at Robbie Roll and first and such. I will be running today's game. And the question I have, I was split between two, but I think I'm going to ask, what would your player character's Pokemon starter be, irregardless of generation?
Oh, man.
So what Pokemon starter gives off the most of your character's vibe?
Okay. Hey, I'm Montana. I play Brock the Unsatisfied, Brock Billion, Druid Circle of the Moon. Pokemon. I guess the first thing that came to my head was the kangaroo, but then I'm like, you know what? He's probably more of second gen sense. I forget what that's called.
The Alolan Sandshrews?
Totodile! I can't contain myself. Second gen stand true. I'm gonna yeet myself out of my window.
Blastoise. That's it.
Crocodile! This is already my favorite question.
Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm Robin and I play Proserpina, the Tiefling Arcane Archer, and oh boy, her Pokemon starter would be something very unassuming at the beginning. So it would probably be something like a Magikarp. You think nothing of it, but then eventually it does something like knock one of your dishes off of a moving astral barge. Unless it falls to its death.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird example.
I know, right?
Oh man. Hi guys. I'm Hope. I play Chatter, the terrible so-called Shepherd Druid, and I'm guessing I'm just gonna limit my choice to the starter Pokemon, just because there's so many and it's not enough time to think for all of them. I would say that Chatter's choice would probably be Chespin, because it's basically like a squirrel. It's grass type, he's a druid, it's least destructive out of all of them, and it evolves into a big, burly, lovable hunk. And I'm not a Chespin line fan myself, but I feel like Chatter would be a huge fan.
Yeah. I was forgetting that I had to unmute myself. I'm under Fortune, and my answer to that question is either Zoro. I know he's not a starter, but he fits exactly. If I had to limit to starter specifically, it would have to be Scorbunny. Just because fiery personality, high agility, I love it, and I love that Pokemon specifically.
Well, but also, who are you playing? Because you're new.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
is the second episode with this guy.
Did you forget that your character died?
No, I'm not awake. No, I'm playing the long tooth shifter.
For the time being? Okay. Oh shit, yeah. So you're definitely not going to be around.
And I am Obadiah. I'm playing Hong Kuzi, half drow warden extraordinaire, and remembering the premise of the question. Frogo. Poison, fighting, relax.
Feel it.
always down for a good time. You're gonna catch these hints. You're gonna catch these hints.
Alright, so there we got one. I'm Vale. Today I bring you, if my accent is really, really thick today, it's because I literally just got off the phone with my mama. So, and was talking to the other Cajuns that were hanging out in this call, so it's just, it's on. So I'm going to have to get into Anja here pretty soon. But Anja is our half-drow blade singer, even though right now she's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. But her starter, because this is an actual starter, would be Eevee. That would evolve into an Umbreon because of the power of friendship. So, so that is that's that line in Anja
so
starting.
correct.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly correct because we did say starters, and the most. Yep, that's it.
Now, Val, what if the people at home wanted to evolve the game on their own?
I love your segues. I'm so.
Right.
Hey y'all.
Yeah.
So,
Next,
guess what? Tell Tim he needs to stop. I'm sorry, Hope.
I thought it was muted. I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought it was muted. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, babe. So if you want to evolve this this stream, if you want to up the ante, so to say, you can do that with your bits, subs, and donations. For every 100 biddies that you give to the channel, you can give a reroll to anyone here you see. For every subscription gifted, or you subscribe yourself, you know, when subs get thrown my way, you can gift a nat 20 or a nat 1 to anyone that you see here, so you can.
What to say? That would be a really dire hit.
Good sir. So yeah, Geek that gifted us up earlier in the stream. Thank you so much, Geek, for that. You are the person that you gifted. Whoever kind of gets to me first gets to tell me. Oh, I see that Chatter gets nat 20s. Chatter gets that nat 20. And if you want to just like make shit happen, there's almost no limits to this game. So you just donate straight up money to my Streamlabs. ! Support to get that link, and the scale $5 makes something happen, $30 makes something happen. Listen,
Not only will I make it happen, but I will justify it in world. Like, I've been sitting on one for a while now that I've figured out a place to put it in that makes like good narrative sense.
yeah, we have things carry over. Oh man, Spirit of Sleepus, thank you so much. 30 months, that's several stream babies. But yeah, so that's ways that you can help Spirit. Let us know who gets that nat 1 or that nat 20 in chat or whatever, my dear. And as far as that goes, that's all me, Rob. So you go ahead and you do your thing, fam. Like, take us away.
Yes, we hear the intro music, which means we are coming back to the world of Oriol, which a year and a half ago had its relative peace and tranquility shattered by the invasion of the Gith Yankee. Thought of as just kind of extra planar raiders, essentially like space pirates, turned out to be a massive armada, an army, an invading force. They came with one stated purpose: to destroy the Illithid Mind Flayer threat that lived deep below the ground in the Underdark. And so they shunted all the people that lived there out and took over. They closed off all the entrances to the Underdark, set guards around them, and put the rest of the world the surface of it under martial law. The party has learned that they're not just messing with this plane, though, but with all the other ones. At least most of them, it seems, having locked their cousins, the Githzerai, out of limbo, doing something to the Feywild, and possibly another plane through 2 different points that they've learned. Also, their leader, Blackheath, exceptionally old and powerful lich, seems to just be destroying the ethereal plane, so that's probably something. The party has begun a cross-continental trek to make it to the ruins of Pentar, the origin source of at least one of these planar disruptions. On the way, though, they made a stop into the Underdark. They first had to get past the Gith Yankee guards to the entrance of the Underdark. That was 2 episodes ago, where unfortunately Alexander Bogmar did lose his life in, a warrior's death is what I'll say. Although we did learn last episode that reviving him is going to be exceptionally difficult for a while. So the party has begun traveling through the Underdark, which is actually pretty empty in most parts, as it appears the Githyanki aren't just destroying the Illithid, they are completely wiping out all forms of life in the Underdark. And in fact, the party saw that they have dates for it and everything. It's all figured out and planned out. And so the party, having gone down a tunnel that has marked to be cleared out today, they did make a quick stop in a myconid colony of massive proportions, walking past something called a Spore Heart, and hereto unseen myconid event. Unfortunately, unless something happens, it doesn't appear like it will have time to hatch. And has now, we actually ended the last session in the middle of a combat as they came across a kind of sentry position of the Githyanki here in the Underdark. They have ambushed and destroyed one house full of Githyanki troops. There's another one standing outside that are being slowly but very surely sniped away by our arcane archer. And a new breed, like second phase almost of Githyanki troops, these more kind of lightly, more flexible but hardier armor and polearm wielding Githyanki soldiers. These ones riding on top of Umber hulks. And if that wasn't enough, if the fact that there also wasn't, this cave's supposed to be cleared of all life soon, there's also a giant rumbling that I put in the initiative tracker. So that's where we're up. So at this point, I get to start the combat off, which is always fun because it is our riders' turns. So currently near the riders are just Andra in form of T-Rex, as well as the Earth Elemental that has been summoned by Brock, with Honghuzi near the group and in melee range of the group of Githyanki still up. Brock inside one of the buildings, having just cleared out that group, and Proserpina off to the back. Shatter also to the back, with Fang trying to steal their spell components, so that's fun. This new person who hasn't really made the most friends so far. So, Anja, you're gonna get attacked as a T-Rex by twice. Your armor class is what?
13.
That's right. I have to roll very low to not hit you.
Yeah.
So that is going to be 15 total damage and 2 concentration checks.
Yep. Let me get my... I'll do my damage after my con checks, because if I mess them up, it doesn't matter if I separate.
For sure.
Okay. So 2 con checks. Here's the first one. Poof, there it goes.
All right. So
what's
actually,
the
that ups your armor class, so that second one will miss as it swings way above you, trying to hit a T-Rex, and the now no longer T-Rex form of Anja is standing before them instead.
All right.
Concentration. And then Brock, get ready for your Earth Elemental buddy to take some damage. So the Earth Elemental will take 27 more damage. Well, quite a bit better on his damage rolls. Half, though, down to... Or no, it's not half. It counts as magical. So, that is their turns. Fang.
Yeah. He wants that component patch. That's what he's really geared for right now. So he's gonna try to snatch out of it again.
Okay. So make a either sleight of hand or athletics, and then trying to remember exactly what I let you do to oppose this, Chatter, but sleight of hand or athletics.
You let me do acrobatics or athletics for me.
Yeah. So go ahead and do that. 24. It's pretty good. Shatter. Natural 20. I do remember a stiff arm happening. So yeah, you try and push, and again, that's your like whole action is to just get stiff armed by this like massive person.
Ken's gonna back off like 10 feet.
Yeah, this is the second time you've been like bested by this person physically.
Chatter just goes, no. In a very dominating voice. Just like he's trying to assert his dominance.
Yeah, so that's Fang's go pretty much. Rock. You may you with your movement you can either get up to the like Umber Hulk fight or to the more Githyanki soldiers. There's 4 of them still alive.
And are they positioned on the other side of the cavern where we're trying to go?
Well, so all of this was in the middle of the cavern, so like there wasn't really that much room to like sneak around it. You could have tried, it just would have been difficult, but yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go to the other soldiers, not down the hall.
Great. Yep. So the more standard troops, go ahead and make. So the one of them only appears injured currently. Would you like to attack that one or one that's been uninjured?
I think.
Great. So make an attack roll. 16 will miss. Oh no, they are unarmored because they woke up to this. So that will actually finish off that one. As how do you want to kind of dispatch this? Just kind of like a whack-a-mole, just whoop. Great, amazing. Just a sploosh. Anja.
Does 11 hit?
It does not. Barely.
All right. So first thing is first. I'm gonna bonus action Blade Song.
Okay.
So I'm gonna up that. And so I have a question. If I have
I have an answer.
Yeah, if I have a spell that's bonus action, can I do that instead of using an action?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Then I will bonus action cast Shadow Blade.
Great. Yeah. So as the minimal shadow being cast on from you in like the bioluminescent fungi that is pretty much the only thing that's allowed to live, but it's like kind of like it's not technically alive. It's technically here in the dark, like the remnant of something that was alive that just glows for pretty much over.
Would you? What would you consider our state of light? Is it?
I would say dim light.
It's dim light. That's what I'm most counting on. Thank you.
No sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So that's on the go. So Proserpine.
Okay, so there's 3 of the Githyanki who aren't the riders?
3 unarmored Githyanki, and then the 2 riders with armor.
Okay, starting with the unarmored ones.
Yep.
3 shots, sharpshooter all the way.
Yup. Okay, so though all 3 of those hit, so that is enough to kill 1 Githyanki trooper in 1 turn, as you just turn and just where how do you want to, how does it like look as you dispatch this troop?
She surveys the battlefield. She sees the T-Rex go. Doo!
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, you're not moving. She sees one, just starts to look at you. It's twitching. It's got a little twitchy left eye. 1, 2, 3. Chin, nose, left eye.
Ooh. As they just fly back into their like kind of roughly made stone hut and crumple up to the ground. It is now time for me to roll above the board. So 1 to 4 is something bad. 5 to 10 is something that you're not going to love, but you're not going to hate. And then 11 or up is something you're going to enjoy. 15.
Ah!
So, let me make an attack roll. Oops. Let me re-roll that, actually, because we will have advantage. So. Yep, okay, great. So, the rumbling that you all kind of felt, but especially Throck felt, gets louder and stronger. As it reaches a crescendo, the ground is not like tunneled away. you all see the ground like crumple away as if like an invisible force just like is shoving it, not as if something is tunneling. And a massive like a 3-petaled flower with the petals covered in teeth, these long tentacle-like tongues spilling out as this massive worm-like creature completely engulfs one of the Umber Hulks and swallows it. You see it is this vibrant purplish blue color, just with this like terrifying like eel-like set of teeth and maw, and just like these barbed tentacle-like tentacle kind of tongue protrusions coming just straight out of its throat as it just swallows up. You see the like barbed tentacles just shove it down inside of its gullet, as you see it then kind of crest back down, and you see the ground shove itself out of the way as it then dives back into the ground. As there's now one of the many hunters of the Underdark in this fight. However, it has managed to take out one of the Umber Hulk and its riders, so good news?
Is this a Grick?
No.
Oh, it's not?
You all may roll,
That was an
let's
out of
say-
character question. But yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's not a Grick.
Okay, just out of curiosity. You can still
no,
make this
it's-
roll.
It's
What color did you
massive.
say it was?
Grick, huh?
It's
What color
purple.
did you say it was?
It's like a deep kind of like bluish purple. I would say actually, for those of you who are here for season 2, it actually looks very similar to the skin tone of the Illithid that you fought. So then we have 2 troopers that are gonna kind of come at Honghuzi. Oh, what? They that's a 19 and a 21. I think that those both hit you, Honghuzi. You're muted, so I can't see.
That actually happened.
I know. Listen, this is honestly, audience. This is like one of the first times my just like bog standard Gith Yankees have been able to do any amount of hits on the party. +4 to hit when the party's on 11th level is not a lot. That's why there's Mark II troopers coming out.
I hate to be this guy,
Yeah.
but it's been around
Yeah.
since the other guy attacked me, and I've got a feature for this.
You know I love you doing your cool things. Please.
Yeah, so
Stop
I'm
holding
gonna
me from doing anything.
I'm going to retaliate on that first fellow.
Great. So do that. 21 definitely hits. Roll damage.
Ignore that one.
Okay, so 15 damage. So I'll roll this one above board. If I remember correctly, you would think I have the stat sheet memorized at this point. Just a +1. Yeah. Oh no, +3 because they have proficiency. So just need. Okay, so they succeed. So if they had failed that concentration check, like they were casting spell, they would have missed their attack automatically, as they would have been interrupted. But they still did take 15 damage with your reaction. So you will take a total of 11 slashing, 6 psychic from the first hit.
Okay.
Ooh, well, there you go. And then 10 slashing and 6 psychic from the psychic.
Okay.
As the two remaining Githyanki like look at each other, concerned, but just like shake their heads and just kind of rush up together, and both of them get a slice in. But you do rally, I'm sure. Or no, you will rally on your next turn.
Yes.
Speaking of which, hey, it's your turn, Honghuzi.
Hey. And I'm going to rev this sword and then swing at the guy I hit. Let's knock him out. Will 25 do?
29 definitely does this. 25 damage will not quite.
What a legend. Let's hit him again. Ooh, 11. Does that hit him on those?
Does it? Does. Barely. So you are able to finish off that Githyanki there.
Okay,
Amazing.
and that's
As And you get to rally.
Yes,
because
I do.
that's
For
your
11
ability.
10 HP.
Yeah. What does your rally look like? Since this is the first time we've seen it kind of go off in a little bit.
Yeah, it's you would think that Hong Lucy's got heritage, like as a half drow, but as a consequence of being raised in a criminal gang, he's not exactly thoroughly trained in that. What he has figured out works for him. So he times it just right. He can focus some of his energy and just a thin but visible crimson aura just surrounds him. Actually, in the Underdark, it's out in the daylight, it's thin enough that it's almost invisible. But in the Underdark, he stands out.
Amazing. So this is the first time the camera sees this truly lit up as hitting this Githyanki like a retributive strike. You see Hanguzi start to just glow this deep crimson as his magic surrounds him. So cool. Love this. Shatter. You're muted.
So Shatter, seeing this new foe go into the fray. Oh, this is good. This is fine. This is fine. He is going to summon. He's gonna.
You already have the Darklings, so are you gonna summon something?
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you for the reminder. That's concentration, correct?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay, cool. So they are still there. So he is going to sick the Darklings onto that.
Okay, so essentially, I'm going to say it's targetable because essentially it has to re-go back into the ground, and it's so large that kind of in 6 seconds, it can resurface somewhere, but its body is still going back through the ground.
Got it, because it's large. It's a large.
It's large.
Yeah.
You would say in D&D terms, gargantuan.
Oh, thank you for the intel. Yes, appreciate it. Him a big boy. So he's going to go on, guys. Go get him. And the Darklings will sort of run over and start shanking it.
Yeah, great. Are the two that are next to the group of Githyanki gonna leave and go to the big boy?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You split them up half and half.
Exactly.
So two were by. So you spent
up?
two into each room. So there's two still by the one Githyanki that Hanguzi didn't dispatch, and then there's two that are free to go hit the big boy.
Okay, so the two that are. Thank you for remembering, because I did not. So the two that are engaged will remain engaged.
Great.
And the other two will. Over. Yeah, it's just they're Naruto run actually.
Yes,
in my mind.
Nope. Canon.
Yes, canon.
100% canon. Go ahead and make your attacks. We'll say against the Githyanki first.
Got it. I am going to pull my thing. And I totally apologize. I forgot I had them out. Okay, so that is gonna be
no problem.
1d20. 5 for the first one. Wow.
Miss.
Good job.
Hit.
Yeah.
And then why don't you just roll the 2 for against the big boy?
While we're at it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh,
hits.
another one. Oh man.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Start to choke away this big boy.
All right. So that is. While we're at it. And none of them have advantage, correct?
No.
Okay, cool. I didn't think so. They have added
they have
crap
sneak
for
attacks type stuff.
All right, so that's the first one on the big lad.
Okay.
On one of the Gith, and on the other Gith.
Okay, so 9 damage on big boy, and then 5 on the Gith. Great. As your Darklings just kind of run up, just trying to they try to backstab the giant worm eel creature thing. It doesn't have a back, but the sentiments there. So that's fun. Is that all for what's Chatter? No, yeah, Chatter. What did Chatter do on your turn?
Chatter is going to actually let's see. He is they're I'm trying to see which spells will be helpful that are not concentration, because pretty much like 85% of the druid books are concentration spells.
You're not incorrect.
So he is actually going to how are his friends looking? He's gonna take a quick kind of glance over everyone.
Particularly injured? I don't think so.
Everyone's looking pretty
Mostly
good.
summoned stuff. It's been mostly T-Rex hit points and summoned Earth Elemental's been taking damage.
Cool. Yeah, he's not gonna worry too much about that.
Great.
So he's gonna take. I think he has 2 of his magic stones left.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna yeet one of those at the
big boy.
At the big boy.
You got it. Yeet away.
Yeet away. I shall. So that is going to be a sling.
That will miss.
It's just kind of like.
And it's just like a little further than you would like. So I will say, because you are in the back, Proserpina at the end of her turn will also get this. So keep that in mind. I will let you roll a perception check, Chatter.
Cool. Perception.
See if you notice something.
Boink.
Not quite what I was looking for, because it's still pretty far away. So
that's fair.
That in mind.
Thank
Great.
you.
So amazing. Also, I just realized, Throck, you have an elemental that I didn't give its turn. My apologies. So the elemental may either go against Big Boy, or if it wants to go against the other, like Mark II Githyanki and its mount, it may. It now is smart enough to avert its eyes to not have to make the saving throw for the Umber Hulk. That will just give it disadvantage.
Okay, so
what would you like it to do?
I would like it to attack the Umber Hulk.
Great. Is it going to take disadvantage to not have to make the save?
Yes.
Smart choice. It doesn't have a great charisma.
No.
Go ahead and make 2 attacks at disadvantage for it. So that's an 11, which misses. And 15, which also misses. Yeah, Umber Hulks are kind of nasty, y'all. I was not very kind. So it is now our Yankees' turns. Well, just the rider and its Umber Hulk, who I forgot to use, which is on me. So that's fun for y'all. So that one's going to just seize the threat of a wizard and is going to go for that. So I think that 14 will miss, right? Yep. Yeah, so that's actually 2 misses by the Githyanki rider, as I rolled like I would for a phase 1 Githyanki warrior. And so then the Umbral Hulk is going to make its 3 attacks. So okay, rolled a 3. The next one though is a 21. So then they all miss because the other one was also a 21, as the Githyanki and Umbral Hulk attempt to go for you, and you manage to just like throw a shield and it just kind of like scrabbles and scrapes at it, like a only semi-intelligent creature might. Fang.
First off, does Fang recognize the big bad boy who just came up from the ground?
Yeah,
one of them?
Make a you're probably good at nature, right? Make a nature check with advantage, because you've been down here for quite a while, about a year and a half, one would say.
I'm not very good at nature.
Oh, you're not? Here, what are you good at? Make a survival check. You're good at that, I bet, right?
Yeah, survival or animal handling.
Make a survival check with advantage.
There we go. That's
there
a
you
lot
go.
Better.
Yeah, so you don't know what it's called because you're not like book learned. Basically, there's two kinds of big things that you thought it might be. There's like giant worm centipede like creatures. That's not what this is. This is so basically this hunter because it can like unerringly sense things within a mile. So you know that like you can run from it, and if you can outspeed it, you're fine, but like you can't really hide from it. And you also know, first of all, you know how it tunnels is it has innate magic, and so it can literally like telekinetically move the soil out of the way for itself, and that's how it glides through the ground. You know, it also can breathe acid in a massive cone, and that you stumbled across the corpse of someone who witnessed this thing hunt, and in it they said that the creature like reared its like massive maw over the party's like spellcaster, and then the spellcaster like forgot how to speak and cast spells and be intelligent. So yes, that's what you know about this creature. And then it's also big and has like acid inside of it.
So he is a strong boy, but he knows when to cut his losses. He is going to.
I will say, you do know if this thing kills the person with your herbs, it's going to swallow all the herbs.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So he's going to. I don't know if he'll allow this, but I was going to have him do a run up and basically try to like, what's the, trying to think of the word, but just run by and use the momentum. That's what I was looking for. Use momentum to snatch the bag of components and try to run past.
All right. At this point, I'm just going to give you disadvantage because that's like, I'm pretty sure last week you also got beaten by a natural 20. And I have to respect that. At this point, like, Chadder's just got too much like height and weight on you. Like, you're like scrawny, like survivor physique, and like desperate. Chadder's just like this large man.
It's like when you have a piece of candy and like a little kid's trying to take it from you, and they're just like,
and
get out of here.
Also, Chadder's like hyper aware of you at this point. It's very like you just have to basically hope you're lucky. So yes, go ahead and make your check at disadvantage, Fang, and then Chadder. Go ahead.
13. That's not good.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay,
got double of you.
As like for flavor, can I suggest something that Chadder does? Like because he's like running at him with momentum, he's just gonna kind of like position himself because he just threw his sling, so he's just gonna kind of position himself so that with the momentum, Fang just kind of like deflects and like bounces off of like his belly and just kind of like goes away.
After his third and final failed attempt, he is just going to slink back into the shadows a little bit and just kind of watch what's happening.
Okay.
He knows better than to try to run from this thing. Great. So he knows he's not faster than it.
Great.
So he's just watching from the back.
The rock.
Excellent. Gonna make my attacks.
Yeah, I think technically, actually, with your dexes. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you could make, like, attacks or try and cast a spell on it. No. Great. So it's going to make it save with advantage. Oh, okay, got it. Never mind. No, I don't. You are? Okay, okay. It's kind of hard to look at one and not the other. Like they're literally sat so that they're at mostly eye level of the Umber Hulk. But I'll let you like. I'm sure you're just trying to cast a spell on him. Okay, well that's fine. Make a persuasion check. Sure. That's a natural 20. Yeah, you see the Githyanki looks at the like as the tail of end of this thing kind of just starts to move into the ground, like it's like it's almost done, almost fully out of the ground, ready to come up wherever it is. You see the Githyanki, like its eyes narrow in its kind of helm, and then it like just kind of gives you a nod, and also you see it looking back to the way you came nervously.
So,
Yeah, like,
just to catch everyone up, because I did that thing where I muted myself because I'm paranoid of my fan, I'm convincing this Gith to, like, we need to stop. Like, kind of thing. So that's just to kind of catch up people, so don't worry about that. So can you just repeat that real quick?
Yeah, so basically, the Githyanki looks at you, looks at the way you came nervously, looks at the, like, giant thing going through, and just kind of nods, and seems to be pretty okay with it.
Is he, like, the last one, too?
Oh, there's technically one other.
Okay.
Not wearing armor.
Yeah, I'm assuming if he sees his buddy running, like, and I'm going to, like, honor and not take an attack of opportunity when they leave my range. So my persuasion, I'm assuming that's, like, an action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, as a bonus action, because this is not a concentration spell, but will hopefully give me a little bit advantage and a little bit more defense in this, I will cast Mirror Image on myself.
Alright.
I'm going to link that so that...
Mirror Image is an action, but you know, I'm going to let you do it. I'll say, normally talking is a free action, and I would say I'll call it a bonus action to, like, make sure you don't catch the Umber Hulk's eyes, but still, like, be able to communicate with them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're not a
sorcerer. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think that. Why I thought it's probably because I play sorcerers all the fucking time. It's like quicken spell. It's all bonus actions. All right. Well, thank you.
Breaking rules.
God damn it.
Brock, now, please.
Yeah.
I'll say you can see that little exchange go on.
Does the person in front of me see that exchange go on?
The elemental, you control them.
No, the Gith person in front of me, did he see that exchange with, like, the guy that's riding the Umber Hulk being like...
No, but they look really scared.
Does it look like they're going to run if I, like, turn my back, or does it look like they're going
Make
to
an insight check. You think they would take the attack of opportunity, but you don't think they're gonna continue fighting when it's their turn. If that makes sense. Like they're on edge, so like if they see you move, they're gonna react and attack. Like that's the instinct.
Okay.
But like on their turn, they're not going to continue the fight. You don't think?
Okay. Well, I don't want to get attacked, so.
27 hits. Only 9 damage. Yep. Second attack. 16 also hits for another 9 damage. All right. And then what's your Earth Elemental going to do? What do you want?
It's going to try to take 2 more swings at that row.
Oh, okay. You got it. Yep. So 16 misses.
Okay.
10 also misses. As apparently Rock Elemental versus Umber Hulk. Not a good one for the Rock Elemental. Proserpina.
A quick question. Would I have heard Anja's persuasion attempt?
With a natural 20, definitely.
Okay.
The natural 20, it's clear to everyone what's going on with the Gith rider.
Okay, having seen that, first thing, having seen the giant worm thing you swallowed, Umber Hulk. Oh, that's what everyone means by worm swallowing. Wow, strange. Why does everyone want to do it? Oh well. Okay, so I'm to talk to him, so I'm gonna try to help and not smack one of them. So I guess I'm gonna attack the giant thing.
All right, do it.
Alright, here we go. Sharpshooter. You know how this goes.
I do. Hits, 10 misses. Natural 20 always hits. So you are able to do 40 damage to it, which is like, you know, that's all right for it. As what does the natural 20 look like? As it's almost fully like underground by the time it's your turn. So what does it look like when you critically hit it?
First shot hits where it is sort of the top of its, I guess, carapace body. I don't.
It actually looks like it doesn't have much of a carapace. It's much more of a like slime, mucus type.
Okay, the first one hits in sort of the gunk of, think Sam Peckinpah, but slime.
Yeah.
So, geyser of slime. The second one fires high, redirect it 100% back, so the third one comes, hits it head on, and causes the third one to angle down, boom, full shot into a little joint type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know my anatomical terms for creatures like this.
So it is slightly segmented like a worm. So you hit it like right in like one of the indents of a segment, and you see it like you all hear underneath the ground like a kind of shriek of pain that I will say echoes both out loud and a little bit in all of your minds.
Sorry.
All right. So, also, Proserpina, I would say right now, so Chatter, you're probably, what would you say, about like 60 feet away from the group? How far were you staying away from the rest of the party?
Probably within 60 feet.
Oh.
Okay. And then, Proserpina, how close would you like to be to the rest of them as well?
I stay pretty far back because I got a really good range, so probably about 75, 80 feet.
Sounds good. All right. So, that means that I need everyone but Proserpina to make the dex saving throw, as when it comes out, you see this thing reaches out of the ground. And as it does, you see the tendrils coming out of its mouth. Essentially, like, kind of seem to excrete this kind of mucus around it even more.
Mm-hmm.
And as it does, like, this kind of breath-like force comes out of it, and it spreads through the tendrils in just a massive 60-foot cone of acid. It's almost like lighting like a bug spray or something on fire, except it's acid, where it's like going.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard death saving throw, and I was like, Rob! Like,
Yeah.
I thought you said death save too. I was like, oh.
Not yet.
I knew Shark was bad, but.
Okay.
So the Gith fails, the Umber Hulk fails, and the other Gith fails as well. So far,
oh, I don't
everyone's
have that
failed.
+3. I failed with a 6. Yeah.
So far, we got everyone failing.
I will,
I'm
if
using
this,
Indomitable.
yeah, this
Okay.
is acid damage, right?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna absorb elements.
Okay. So, what's your Indomitable roll fail thing? Hey! Great.
So,
The same roll. So, everyone takes 29 points of acid damage. Anja, you take 14. You take 14. As this thing rears its head up and just sprays acid. Everyone go plus. As this thing just a massive.
You said 29?
29. Yeah, which does mean a concentration check from both Anja and Chatter.
How much damage you say for me? 14 or 15?
Or 14, 7,
14.
10 for you. 14.
Okay,
is yours
14.
still counts. You're good, Chatter. Just DC
And
check.
con
Anja,
checks? I
Yeah,
do
just con
get
save.
the con save. I do get the +3 on this because I'm singing. Oh, Jesus
Ooh,
Christ.
but that's enough.
Yeah, there goes
And
my
the
shit.
You
gambit.
have to
Holy
make a
crap.
constitution save. So you have to make one DC 14 as an elemental.
Yeah.
You're good. All right.
Goes my
As
Shadow Blade.
your shadow blade disappears. Not a good day for concentration checks.
No, it's not.
So the Githyanki trooper died from that. So all the Githyanki except the rider and its Umber Hulk are dead. So Hong Huzi, what do you think you like to do? As the giant creature appears to be, it's not like in melee range of anyone. It's only like maximum 60 feet away from any of y'all. But yeah, it's just kind of, it doesn't appear to be going down. It's like kind of, you don't see eyes on it, by the way, but it just kind of like is scanning around looking for who it's going to eat exactly. Yeah, literal 0
I'm
eyes.
going to chuck a potion and circle in closer. And rev the sword in preparation.
So you're drinking like just a healing potion?
Yeah, ready.
Cool. So then roll your 2d4 plus 2. And Chatter. What you doing?
Chatter is going to, let's see, so, both of the Gith of the Darklings around still up?
Oh yeah, make 4 dex saves for your Darklings. How many hit points would they have?
Oh, they don't have a lot of hit points.
They have
They have
slightly
13
more. 'Cause
max.
13
it has
max?
how many hit dice does it say?
Oh, you're right, because they get extra.
Yeah.
So they
because they do get a
have,
little bit extra.
they have 3 hit dice.
Okay.
So I'm checking my spell here. I'm checking the spells.
Let you summon her. Okay, so they have 6 extra. So if they fail, they're dead.
If they fail, they're dead. Fun, perfect. Thank you. You're faster than me. So they have a +3 to their dex.
Great.
So, and they all have to make it, right?
Yep. Because it was a
20
60-foot cone. It
plus
was hitting pretty much at 05.
Hey!
Hey, one's
hey.
fine.
Oh.
That one's dead.
Oh.
That one's dead. That one's dead.
Cool,
So one
I
of
got
your Darklings, the
one.
hero,
The hero!
is fine.
Yes. Yes, the final Darkling.
The last ninja.
The last ninja.
Oh.
Kakebushin Ninjutsu?
Is it one that's on the worm, or is it one that's on Dark?
Well, the worm moved away, so like
Oh.
it's no longer near the worm anymore.
So, would it be closer to a Gith or closer to the worm at this point?
One of Gith has run away. Or no,
coward.
sorry, that one died. So there's just the one. It's I would say it's pretty much equidistant. You could either go for the rider, although you know it's supposed to be running away, and then, or you could go for the big boy.
We'll go for the big boy. He already surrendered. So Chatter will point at the big purple worm and go on, get him.
No.
So one brave ninja. 17
hits.
What?
Woo!
I didn't think that was gonna hit. Yeah. And the big old 4 damages.
Alright. That's, yeah. Ooh, watch out. Oh boy. This thing's
you know,
bloodied
right?
now. Alright. Yeah, so what's Shatter?
Chatter is going to actually cast Cure Wounds on himself because he has taken an owl. He's going to cast it at a 2nd level. So, 2d8 plus, and then Wisdom, I believe, is 5. Yes. Many wisdoms.
Much wise.
Oh, wow.
You heal 9 of the owls.
Not great, but still better than 0. Alright. And that'll be it for Chatter.
The rider and their Hulk are going to just book it. I will say, Hong Jose, you do know that this is oh wait, no, there's only one way to go. So yeah, it does go the way you all are technically going. And as they get out of the cavern. So, whoop, bang.
Bang is just gonna retreat more until he's out of sight. But,
You want to make a stealth check?
Yeah.
Okay, do it. I think that beats everyone's passive perception. So unless you are actively searching for the weird, like, wolf man person that tried to steal from Chatter, y'all don't see him. But something knows you're there.
Yeah. Oh no, he's well aware that knows he's there. He's just hoping that he's the last one.
Yep. Anja.
All right. Can I get a visual of what we're looking at? battlefield wise, exit, what's
So
the terrain?
It's just the big boy.
Just the
So,
big boy.
Yep. Basically, you all are kind of in the center of 3 buildings, where the Gith kind of all came out and were fighting you all, and then basically it kind of popped up in between 2 of them and was able to spray acid over all y'all except possibly she's so far away.
She's so far away. I still have true sight going. Is the eye still there?
Yes.
What is it doing?
It actually doesn't appear to have reacted at all.
Okay.
Anything going on.
Does my true sight reveal anything about this creature?
I'll just say you just see like psychic energy. Like you notice a little bit on Gith, like all Gith, both Zerai and Yankee are like pretty psychically tuned. This thing very psychically tuned itself. Like it has a very powerful innate psionic powers. Decent.
Okay. Are we running? Should we run? We should run! Like, we should run! That's her saying that so that everyone knows her fucking plan. But, you know what? Let's give it a hot try, though. I would like to cast to kind of give my people, the concentration's already dropped, an advantage. It's probably gonna have advantage on this. I'm gonna cast Hold Monster.
Okay, it does.
Yeah.
What kind of save is it?
I believe it's a whiz.
Okay.
Because I can't upcast it right now. I don't have the slots. So let me just get you up there.
DC
16.
Right. You see it sit still. It is held.
Okay.
For at least a round.
A round, yeah.
So my question right now is, Andra has just frozen this thing. Are you going to run? Are you going to fight? I just, everyone, I'm going to go around. So, Fang, I'm guessing you're going to run.
No, actually. It's the same idea as getting something in a trap helpless. He's actually probably quite infatuated with the idea of killing this thing if he can.
Okay. Throck?
Throck's gonna run.
Prospina?
Anja says run. I trust Anja.
Ahuzi?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
And Chatter?
Yup, Chatter's gonna book it.
So, Faye, I will say, you do see all these people, including the person with the herbs, all running. Does that change what he does?
Chasing after the herbs.
Great. So we're now going to go. So I'm just gonna do some behind the scene rolling. See how many rounds you guys essentially have. Okay, you have 2 round head start. So I'm just gonna call this a skills challenge. So we're all going to get a chance to either use a skill or an ability, and if you use an ability, we'll add some kind of skill on it to make it a roll. But there are 6 of you, so we're going to be looking for ideally 3 to 4 successes for no complications to really arise. So, what are we doing? Welcome to a skill. This thing, it technically only moves 30 feet, but it can burrow through the ground, which cuts down on distance. So you have a bit of a head start, so it could go either way.
I mean, Chatter's definitely going to go for just pure physical running, so he's going for an athletics sort of.
Make an athletics check. As you try and lead the group and just try and essentially outpace this thing. Okay, that's a success. So I'll mark that as 1 success as you see Chatter just booking it. Just like pure feats of athleticism and through the barren kind of still, actually no, not barren, full of like fungi and like stalagmites, stalactites, just like leaping and bounding, like almost half parkouring and half just barreling through these different structures. Who's got something else?
Can I, as I'm holding, I would like to hold out my hand to Proserpina, and I'm just like, dimension door, like, because we could get pretty far away, homie. Like,
I'm gonna take it.
okay.
Okay. Definitely make an Arcana check because you don't know how straight the tunnel is.
Right. Not a problem. Come on, dice, behave for me.
So has found inside the wall.
Okay, so
Yeah.
slightly out of pure luck and also just like being pretty smart, you managed to teleport yourself and Proserpina like 300 feet deeper into the Underdark without teleporting yourselves into a wall or a rock or an enemy, which is a feat in and of itself. So that's another success.
Yep.
Before that happens, if possibly you wanted to do something a little more near the group or the thing.
I can't do a whole lot, but I have one shot left, and I can slow it down with grasping shot.
Great. Yeah. I'll call this just like an attack.
All right, just making a regular
your
attack
archery skill. 27. Yeah.
And of course, the grasping arrow adds poison damage, and it slows its movement by 10 feet.
Oh.
Amazing. As you like fire and it like grasps around, Anja, like before you teleport, you see this kind of ambient effect, kind of like rumple a little bit as the grasping arrows wraps around this creature. Yeah.
When we get to the other side, Proserpina, there's just like a hint of Anja a couple of days ago because like her eyes just like glisten a bit and she just holds her hand up to high five you because teamwork.
We still got some people.
Yep.
Drock's gonna earth glide, but he wants to like kind of use his tremor sense to kind of track the movements of the creature, and if possible, to like kind of move the creature away from the group, but like kind of using his survival to kind of feel the way to kind of lead him off, and also then come back and meet up with the group.
Yeah. I love that. Make a survival check. I'm gonna say with advantage because that's super cool. Ooh. Okay, so 18. Great. So we're at 4 successes, so you're getting away. But if we get to 6 successes, then that means something cool happens. So, or wait, yes, we have 2 more people to go.
I was going to go ahead and do something. I know this creature. I've seen it. I've probably run from it before. So it means I would have at least a somewhat intimate knowledge of how it works, how it would chase prey. I would like to know if I can somehow use my animal handling to figure out if I can predict where it's going to go or even maybe manipulate its direction.
I'll allow it. Make the roll. The DC is a little bit up from what everyone else has had to hit because it's a little bit of a stretch.
That's fine. I'm okay with this. Not all bad. 23.
Okay, so you essentially, because you know this thing can like unerringly know where things are. So what you do is, first of all, you know that like the Gith is also running. So what you do is you like kind of see some like smaller native creatures, and you essentially like shoo them all with that Gith to like create a bunch of like little baby mines all around to kind of like throw off your scent essentially of your, just having a brain miss. All right, how are we doing?
Okay, so I think for this, I just have to treat this like really, really big gun. And that means you probably can't outrun it. You're not going to be the first criminal they run down. Instead, you need to be in every direction. You need to be moving in every direction, bouncing off the walls, like getting up, getting down. Like you want them to think that you're not worth chasing because the effort of following you is way more than they want to put out.
Okay.
And hopefully that's next up.
Great.
Make it.
Amazing. As you all flawlessly, apparently, which is great, just managed to weave your way through the underdark. Hongzi also able to kind of like make sure everyone is going the right direction. You all lose this creature. You all lose the Githyanki and its mount in like the multiple offshoots that it goes. That Githyanki's probably dead. Probably got hunted down by this creature. As you all move through, and Hongzi, in this moment, you actually realize that as you move through, that there is a shortcut. Like there is like you see a tunnel that is branching off, and you just kind of like know just from like only journeying for like multiple days down here, like okay, no wait, this is where we're going, and are able to like cut through and like completely avoid whatever else was on your way as you all step out from this chase. It's been like a solid maybe 30 minutes of just running dead sprint. But you all step out into a massive, perfectly circular cavern. On a plateau, perfectly manicured, a beautiful black obsidian spiral staircase winding its way upward onto it. You see actually just a massive bubble of arcane force. There is an opaque, kind of shimmering purple bubble of arcane force on top of this beautiful plateau. You see there is essentially like you are kind of elevated in this position. There is multiple staircases like leading down into the cavern. Like basically the plateau and all the entrances to this cavern are on the same axes, but there's like another like 40 feet down to the actual floor of the cavern. Along the ground of the cavern there are essentially like hedge mazes, but like only about waist level of these beautiful bioluminescent fungi. They, despite being left alone for a year and a half, are perfectly manicured still. Like they sit perfectly arranged into this gorgeous kind of web of bioluminescent color. And I don't say web like this is made by a drop. So both a like figurative and literal web color. It's just like this beautiful, perfect garden surrounding a bubble of arcane force.
I'm gonna like double check the notes because I feel like she probably told me how I'm supposed to enter in, and almost certainly not walking into the web. Please tell me she did this. Tell me to just walk into the web.
The like web of fungi only like ankle high. Like they're just not an actual hedge maze.
Yeah, no, and she didn't tell me
that information was on Alexander Bogmar's person.
Trock's gonna go down.
Oh yeah, you can stay for multiple hours. So yeah.
So I'm gonna go down, and then I'm gonna try and go underneath the bubble.
You hit the bubble, but like, and before you hit like the plateau, like it is a like it's more less of it's not like a sphere. It is like a cylinder. It's like a tube. Because there's presumably lots more underground in this bubble.
I'll go back to the food.
Yeah, no, you check your instructions again. It has the map and those like brief instructions of wanting to get a dozen symbols of the Order of the Local Rose and a like traditional Drow Elven wedding ring, and there's like her seal, and that's it. I will say her seal like is very cool in that it's like the paper has been indented and there are like alchemical substances like just put into the indents and it's dried. But that's about it.
Okay, I'll look up and look down, and then I'm going to motion to. I'm like motion to
Hey, Fang, actually.
drop in.
Fang, make a survival check.
I was just about to ask if I was
Yeah, because somebody's been living in the Underdark for over a year. So, what I will say, is that you know that most of these are not poisonous. Some of them you've never seen. But the ones you have seen, you know are not poisonous.
You'll just see Fane kind of walk up. If they're not poisonous, he's probably eaten them before. Then it's
Not very nutritious at all.
Right.
I mean, eating most of them you'd have to throw them up because they're not like digestible. Just because they're not poisonous doesn't mean you can eat them.
fair enough.
Because also you all were asking poisonous and like, will they, hurt me while I walk past them? Most of these are not edible, they're just green.
He's gonna walk up and just
You can find
look
some
back.
that are edible. Right?
He's not looking for food.
Yeah,
If-
I'm just
I
saying you
was
do
just
see
gonna-
some.
I was just gonna say, if they were edible, he was just gonna eat some. But
Yeah. You go up, you want to just like eat some?
yeah, just eat some of the edible ones, the ones that I've had before that I know are not fucking gonna kill me.
Yeah, actually, like as it becomes obvious that you're still here.
As you take a chunk of this mushroom and put it in your mouth, I do need you to make a con save though.
Okay. Not bad. Can I stop rolling below 10? That would be nice.
Cool.
Thank you.
So you swallow the first bite of mushroom, and there's like a little bit of weird aftertaste, but you feel okay. Like, you're fine. Would you like
No. He knows better.
Yeah?
If something starts to taste weird, you don't eat it.
Okay. I mean, there's a different kind of edible mushroom like that, like just a little bit away.
He just walks. You just walk past him. He's not really paying attention.
Why don't
Here.
you,
Coming down.
hey, so Ember,
Mhm.
put on your character sheet, Hareton's gift, hedgemaze.
I can't remember how to spell her name.
Hereen.
Hearing.
Should have done that.
You hear a voice behind you. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you here?
Rock walks up the sidewalk.
Just points at the big person who just stopped him multiple times. Points at him and goes, "You have what I need."
I'm sure you can find like a stalactite or something.
"No, he has what I need."
I'm afraid I don't understand. I mean, I know you're trying to steal from me, but
You see him like search for words. He starts talking in a different language that probably none of you understand.
Try me.
Kind of. Sorry.
Nope. Just making sure.
No. Didn't think so. I'm pretty sure it's unique to shifters.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. He says, soul would be the closest word I can think of.
I'm sorry, what?
Soul.
Soul?
Life form. It doesn't have a good translation.
Oh.
I think he wants to be your new boyfriend, Chatter.
You see him just get a disgusted look on his face.
He looks at Anja like confused.
She just shakes his head. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm not good at jokes.
the pouch. it has what I need to get my soul bond back.
Oh, what do you need? I can help you out. I'm always happy to help a little critter. And he kind of like ruffles his hair a little bit.
He takes that as an invitation and starts going through your.
Oh, no. And he like takes it back. He goes, tell me what you need.
Don't know name, I only know scent.
So we can do
I will
this.
not take anything else.
Alright, fair enough. Chatter's a giver, so he will absolutely let this strange little shifter through his bag.
Goes in, gets the herbs he needs.
I imagine it's like the scene in the cartoon with just like we just see the like so many things just getting flung backwards behind Fang. Just like this barrage of different like plants and spell components and like all these different things. How much does it cost for you to do the ritual again, Ember?
I'm trying to find where it's set. I remember where, I just can't remember where. I believe.
So essentially, Anja, or Chatter, if you're letting Fang do this, you're gonna have to mark 50 gold off your inventory. As you see, Fang pulls out these like pretty rare, like kind of herbs and spell components from your bag, and kind of do you put everything back, or do you just when you find it?
Yeah, he does eventually.
Yeah, I marked it off.
Oh no, it's 25.
25.
Gold.
Okay, you marked 25 off.
Because it's 50 gold for the first time you do it, 25 when you're back. I lied. It would be 50 except for the request.
I think it's only once to get both of them, so we'll just call it 25.
Sure.
So what are you doing there, little buddy?
You see him just immediately start chewing on most of the herbs that he took out.
Yeah, you see this person pull out the herbs and look like someone who like just found an oasis after like almost dying of thirst, and then just shove it into his mouth.
So a dog who finds a piece of a dried up bagel under your table, yes.
He's chewing it, and he's not swallowing it though. He's making it into a poultice, essentially, and he starts drawing. It mimics his tribal tattoos he has, but it's just a lot of curves and lines down his body, and you see him just sit down.
You know, I have a mortar and pestle if you want me to, grind it up that way. I mean, I know baby birding it is sometimes more satisfying, but...
I don't know how to do it actually.
I really.
I'm just leaning.
I don't have the energy for this.
I'm just
like finally just be like, I don't have the energy for this.
I'm just like leaning into Honghuzi, and I'm like, what's going on?
As this ritual seems to end, there is a breeze that like rushes past you, which is Thunderjack doesn't have breezes, so that's fine. There is the sense. The Chatter can recognize it the most, just like the sense of hunting and barrel, just the heartbeat of a hunter pulses around the group as you see this kind of poultice spread around this strange, kind of almost gaunt but very toned individual start to flake away. As it does and falls to the ground completely dry and just almost desiccated, you all hear just the dual howl of a wolf pack. And how do they appear? You need it.
I hate hotkeys. Anyway, you hear the two howls, and then suddenly you just, Fang just starts his howl. Their howls are, well, beautiful and melodic. He's cold, and but you can still sense the joy in it. It's just he hasn't howled for so long, and just these twin white shadows, essentially, which is a weird way to put it, but just kind of coalesce into a...
Starting at the corners of all of your vision, there are two bright white spots. As these howls, they are elated, right? They, as it lifts, it like lifts all of your hearts. It's like hearing, right? It's like those videos where like the dog sees the person who's been on duty, right? Like just this like sense of yearning and separation finally resolve as these two white spots on the edge of each of your vision turn into blurs and collide into this individual, knocking them over as two white wolves tackle and start just basically just being dogs to this individual.
One is a lot smaller than the other. Still big for wolves, but noticeably a lot smaller than the other. She is the younger one. So, but you just see Fang losing it. He is crying. He is so happy. There is nothing else in the world except these two wolves right now. So he's been without two parts of his soul for a year and a half. So
this is great, y'all. We have to get inside that.
Yeah, that's cute.
I really hope this isn't trapped, because if it is, you get to tell me how to get through it. Let's go.
Anja, go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Okay. Real quick, even before I do that, can I... 'cause I got this thing, and see what it has on it. Well, first things first, I would like to identify this dome.
You will have to get right up next to it.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I mean, again, it's only waist high. You can get through
Yeah.
it without navigating.
Rock's gonna go up to just like the edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna look at like
Still underground.
no, above ground. Maybe above ground. I'm gonna walk to the edge of it, like right to the mushroom. I'm gonna look at Ponguzi on there. Just kind of brushes like his arm against the kind of like clearing kind of the mushrooms out of the way, and kind of.
As you do, if you're moving the mushrooms out of the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great, make a con save.
I am immune to poison.
Again, I was asked about poisonous mushrooms. Cool. Also, would you please add Kareem's boon hedge maze onto your character sheet?
Just see this shit go up on my boy here.
So yeah, you brush the mushrooms out of the way. I mean, you just feel something kind of coat your arm a little bit, and that's it.
But the mushrooms have been moved out the way still?
Yeah.
Okay.
So out of the way of part of it. So what do you want to do then, Throck?
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Throck.
I mean, he's just gonna continue. If they seem like it's okay, then I'm just gonna continue clearing.
Okay, yeah, you just clear a path.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And then I will get out my one and I will cast Identify.
Okay. So this is a ninth level spell. Essentially what it is a massive abjurative dome that nothing can enter. It's essentially like a layman's tiny hut that just lasts until a trigger happens. Make an Arcana check to see if you can glean the trigger of this particular one.
Yeah, let's do this. 27.
All right. So it is worded as such: when the true seal of this home is brought to it, it shall cease to exist.
I'm gonna look at Hong Yuzi. I'm gonna look back. Frosted Proserpina, can you come see, please?
Okay.
When
And
you
I
say
skip
that,
forward.
like Honluzi's eyes narrow and he walks and he walks through like Brock's path first,
Mm-hmm.
and like up to it. What?
She's just the key. This is probably, you know, it just
I said
says
seal.
seal.
Let's see.
I said key. So yeah, it's like there's a riddle, it's a spell, it's a huge operation. The true owner of it, it'll go away. And I'm just making...
It's the seal of the true owner of this place.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
And like Honluzi's gonna get at it, mess around, and present like the seal that she left within.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As you do, in a massive exhale of arcane force, like who knows how long pent up, like just like natural air, like pressure being released from a bottle. You all just,
Listen.
like, buffeted by a bit of wind.
This dome been blue balling for a while.
Exactly. As like just kind of gust of air whooshes past all of you, the dome disappears before you. You see, so it is a perfectly cylindrical mansion, beautiful, made out of this kind of gorgeous purple like quartz rock. So imagine essentially like Greek style columns, going up to a like kind of imagine like the globe theater type of roof, but instead of being open, there is this massive kind of glass like translucent sphere sitting in the middle of this kind of like donut shaped mansion that has it's like almost a lava lamp effect of some kind of bioluminescence going inside. So it's almost kind of like an Epcot ball, giant like miasma of lights that are constantly shifting around. So it's this like perfectly like circular columned like architectural masterpiece with this like giant sphere of bioluminescence in the center. And all along you see the seal of House of Rain, or at least of Lady Rain. Actually, no. That's I'm gonna say I said it right the first time. You see the symbol of House Rain, which is not the seal you held in your hand. That you see currently on the kind of along most of the columns and kind of like hanging on drapery, you see what appears to be a spider like kind of you see a spider with kind of like a red little symbology on its kind of abdomen, with thread hanging down holding a bottle that has flame inside of it, and that is the symbol of House Faroon, not the lake.
Can I roll a history?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this is something that the daughter of a matriarch might have some knowledge on. That's a 12.
Yeah, you know what I like.
I know what you said.
Notable.
Yeah.
It's notable that Lady Hareen is not using her house's symbology.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if maybe I have overheard this sometime.
Sure.
Maybe.
So what do you want to know?
Trying to know the history of the symbol that actually is House Faroon.
Mm-hmm. So the House Faroon was essentially their progenitor was someone who was able to poison the like matron mother of a drow society, and thus then the cooing attempters raised them up to the status of lords and ladies in this drow society, and basically built a reputation as master alchemists and poisoners. However, in drow society, noble houses don't trust each other, but like you have even less reason to trust people known for poisoning. So they've always been on the fringes of drow society, and in fact mostly maligned by most drow, because while it's not dishonorable to poison somebody, it's dishonorable to say you're a poisoner, if that makes sense.
It's one thing to do what you need to do. It's another thing.
It's not illegal if you don't get caught, but saying you do illegal stuff, that's a no-no. Like, it's law's will. If someone dies because they were poisoned, it's a law's will. They should have realized there was poison or been vigilant enough. But if you say you're a poisoner, that's dishonorable. Drow society's weird.
And besides that, it's really rude.
It's just rude.
Yeah, but yeah, okay,
also, it's also just a bit show-offish.
Yeah. Come on, just do it. Just do it. But anyway, with that, I'm not. Honghuzi isn't going to say anything, but like anybody who's ever been down, like he actually did notice. He actually did notice something like was offensive, and again, without much further ado, I'll try to get us out of here. As we've got a shopping list.
There appears to be massive, beautiful stone doors on each of the cardinal directions.
Do you want me to check for traps?
Close.
Yeah.
Alright. I will use my wand once again to cast find traps.
Please let me know how that works.
Okay, because I don't have like it on my spell list because it's on the... Yeah, so I'm just pulling it up on Roll20. Let's see. Mama, what does it say? Find traps.
Within line of sight. Got it.
Okay.
Yes, all doors are trapped.
All the doors are trapped. Okay.
And all the windows.
Okay, are they magical doors?
No.
But they're all trapped.
Yes.
Okay. The spell would sense an area affected. So is it an alarm spell, a glyph of warding, or a mechanical pit trap? Like, what's
it is mechanical.
It's a mechanical trap. Okay.
You don't know, and also the windows are also mechanical trapped.
Okay.
You don't know if there is any magical effects over the house because you don't have electric up, but that's what that is.
That is what that is. Okay. All of the entrances are trapped. Just to let you know. I am definitely not someone. Do I have even detect magic? I don't have detect magic.
Your wand does.
My wand does. Yep, let's do another detect magic to see if there's any magical traps, like anything magical going on.
Yes. So make an Arcana check as you do.
Sure. 22.
So the only factor of this house is like the kind of standard rich people mansion, which is like this house will never become dirty. Check it. So like it's magically clean, but that is all. That is the only magical effect.
Okay. So all the traps are...
There might be others like in specific rooms, but over the whole house, that is all.
Okay. Then with that...
Purveyors of the household didn't use much.
Yeah.
Who needs magic when you made the mistake of drinking the wine?
Well, do we want to stand back, please?
But yeah, Honghuzi's gonna like back up and motion at everybody.
I have to stand 60 feet back, but can everybody else please stand back as far as possible? And I will be prepared for whatever happens.
What are you doing now?
I'm gonna cast knock on the door.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm following you, guys.
Make sure, because I believe it's just if it's non-magically locked, it's still open, correct?
Yeah.
Great. So with a massive sound ringing throughout not only the mansion but the chamber.
I kind of wince at that and just really hope that, yeah, but it is what it is.
Fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
The door flies open. And I'll say not triggering the trap.
Okay.
But like you sense it's untriggered, but also the door's already open.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna turn around and like just shrug and be like, that's all I got today. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Brock's gonna just go through the door and try and open it.
It's already open.
Yeah, well, so you can go and try and open the fire.
Okay. I will say, also, back the way you came, first there is a like blinding white light. As you see, so the way you came was fully like populated, full of like fungus and natural creatures. You see filling up to this chamber as you came in, it was not marked actually for destruction. Like, was it marked? Oh, maybe because it had a weird arcane barrier there. You could get to. So, in like filling the chamber, the tunnel you just came through, is a brilliant white fire, like just a wall of fire that you all see moving and hit the edge of the chamber. Anju, you make an Arcana check.
Yup.
Thane has seen this before, correct?
Yes.
He knows what it is. He's just shying away to the other side of the cavern.
So Anja, this is first of all an upcasted wall of fire stuff.
Okay.
But those are stationary, which means the only explanation is that there's a sorcerer on the other side of it.
That is the only explanation.
Moving
The
it.
only explanation.
Well, okay, unless there's a wizard behind it casting wall of fire. but that would only last like unless they're like a powerful archmage, that would work for like 30 seconds. So yeah, the really only way to move a wall of fire is if you are
a sorcerer. Yeah.
And it's as it hits the edge of the tunnel, it slowly starts resinking, leaving that terrorful, like dead, arcane smell behind it.
Okay.
As it kind of like walks, entering the chamber.
So.
Got 6 successes, so you don't have to worry about that in your chase.
Yeah. We aren't alone here?
I will say also at this time, why don't you roll me, we'll say survival again, see if you've seen the other way that they clear out these tunnels. So that's only one. It's the most common way.
15.
I like it. You have briefly seen. So what it is it's like a, I'll just say it's a Gish. Like it's a more obviously elite member of the Githyanki, surrounded by polearm wielding Githyanki. So you don't never get that close. However, the Gish is not creating fire because they're also not sorcerers. You have seen them through seemingly just force of will move just pure darkness through tunnels. It's like maybe this large globe, like maybe like a good beach ball size globe of just infinite darkness, that as it touches something, that thing just is gone. And they essentially just kind of like ring around.
My question is which is more common?
The fire is much more common, but the little sphere, you saw that one happen in like a fungal forest, where like there were these massive, thick, like redwood tree, like what the party has seen. Like there's a couple other smaller, but other places like that. If you saw it where there were like big things to destroy, and like these, you know, like as thick as the giant creature you all fought was fungal trees essentially just like disappear. Like the base of them would disappear and they'd fall into it, and there was no sound or anything. It just is gone. No longer exists.
And you see Fang sitting there, like, kind of scratching a little bit, and the larger white wolf just kind of sitting behind him, just sitting there like, I've seen another way they've done this.
They?
Yeah. It's those weird long skulls. I don't know what they're called.
Gith?
I say so.
Yep.
They,
I'm gonna, like, as soon as, like, I get that confirmation, I'm just gonna stop listening to Fang and turn to Long Newsy. There's a sorcerer. There's a sorcerer somewhere.
Fuck. Inside. I don't like... We don't need to deal with this right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't even tell you what it was.
Like...
That's the scarier part.
I mean,
yeah.
Like, say that Long Newsy doesn't care. It's like, fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck.
there's a sword.
Inside.
Like, but like she's not Anja. So yeah, time to get inside. Careful the traps.
As you step over.
Mm-hmm.
Fang doesn't go with them at first.
Mm-hmm.
He just hands on Tooth and Claw next to him, and he's just gonna kind of watch them, and then look around the entrance. Has he been in this chamber before?
No.
And he's gonna look around and see if there's any other pathways leading off of this.
Yeah,
chamber.
there's a lot of. This is actually a bit of a hub.
He's smelling for familiar scents.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a few. Like, if you went certain ways, you could probably get to places you kind of know. You're like on like a little bit past your far edge, because this is pretty deep into the Long Skulls territory.
Just that low growl that he does, and he's thinking. He knows he'd have to go through a lot of Long Skull like outposts to get back to where he's going.
Yeah. Especially since they seem to be purging around this area.
Kind of just turns and looks back at the mansion. Turns around and just walks back to the entrance and sits outside and just waits with Tooth and Claw. He's kind of not napping. He's still conscious and awake, but he's
as you just sit outside the building, you see your wolves kind of like nudge you and look at Chatter as he walks into the building, like giving like a kind of sideways head look.
strong. He does that again. It's such a nervous tick for him, that growl that he does. It catches most civilized people off guard because it's not normal for people to make that sound. And he just kind of goes, very well. He begrudgingly stands up.
You see they like both kind of nod and they're like, there you go, buddy.
That's a good boy.
They'll walk in. He walked inside questioningly, just kind of looking around and gauging the two reactions of people who've been most against them so far.
How long are we? How much time has passed since the beginning of our fight? You would say, because you said we ran for about 30 minutes to get here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're asking for
True Sight.
True Sight?
Mm-hmm.
I will say you have like, you have like 3 rooms left, essentially. Like,
okay.
You're coming on the end of it.
Okay. So like if we get inside, like when we get inside, like what is it? Is it like a foyer?
So you are in a massive like entry room. Like you see this like beautiful carpet. So essentially it looks like basically no matter which way you come in, which door you come in from, you're in this like ring shaped room. So there's these beautiful pieces of art and decorations and just this absolutely gorgeous place. And then there are
Pinnacle of Drow architecture.
yes.
Yeah.
On the opposite, so on all the northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast corners of the building, on the inside there looks to be spiral staircases going up and down. It appears there isn't anything else on this floor other than this massive, beautiful. There's nooks to sit and talk in. There's all these beautiful. You're sure if this was a place full of people, there would be multiple servants at your beck and call the instant you stepped in.
A little flustered. So you said that I can sense there are 3 rooms. Can I sense if they're upstairs?
There's four spiral staircases. I'm saying so for 3 more rooms, you're gonna have true sight. So that's how.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I thought it was I can sense that there were 3 rooms left. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 3 more rooms, I will have true sight. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna look at Hong Museum. It's you got any other hints about where we're supposed to get your things? Are we just supposed to poke around a trapped manor?
Yeah, I'll take lead. She's done some things. If they're trapped like I think they are, I'll probably come out the best.
Rob, I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I hate dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about the dragons. All right. Okay.
How does he?
Where are we going?
Can I just... Never mind. Let's get through this as far. I'm going to inform Hung Yuzi that my knocks will be limited because I'm out of level 2 spell slots. I do have some higher level ones, but resources are resourcing right now.
In the worst case, if we've got to resort to vandalism, the Gith are going to destroy all the evidence.
I really don't care about her house anyway.
I didn't think you did. And because Onhuzi has no particular direction, he's going to choose the nearest staircase to his right side.
Okay. And then up or down?
Down.
All right. So.
Can I do one more history check?
On?
Drow architecture.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, go ahead.
Just to kind of get maybe an idea of where, something, because I know what he's looking for, where something like that might be kept and where it might be located in a manor.
Yeah.
History. 17.
So I will say, above ground stuff tends to be the impressive stuff. Below ground stuff is the more practical stuff because it's more because it's objectively better, safer, and easier in the Underdark to just build into the ground. So building above ground stuff is a show of wealth and opulence. So having all the impressive like a giant glass-like ball with bioluminescent lights moving around inside. That's how you display your wealth and where you show everyone to. The underground is the more quarters and personal stuff.
But also things that you would want to protect.
Right. So the more valuable stuff is going to be up and have its own protection, but the secret stuff that you want to protect is down.
I guess the question I would have is the things that were this remind me what it is.
So you were just
rings.
looking for 12 seals of the Order of the Wilted Rose.
Yep.
And a wedding ring.
Okay. And I'm gonna have this conversation with Honghuzi. So, do we, and kind of like explain to him my knowledge. It's like, you know, the important stuff. The showy stuff is upstairs to impress people, but the stuff to like protect it would be down in the ground. Where do you think, what level of, where do you think this falls on that scale?
Down and protected.
Down it is, then. So down it is, then.
So you all descend down. So you come across, it looks like there are 4 different kind of sections. So the kind of circle around the 4 spiral staircases, there are basically 4 large doors that each go off into different rooms. I would say 2 of them appear much finer, and the other 2 appear like they may be more servant level, or just less fancy doors.
Gotta choose. Looking like in the and like on the fancy doors, are there any like symbols? Like are they marked or just fancy? Okay, so take one of the closer of the fancy doors. Great. Yep. First, I'll check to see if it's locked, and I'll have to
Make an
look at it.
investigation check.
Yeah. Okay, soft.
Yeah. You think it probably is trapped.
Okay, and I was never locksmith. Really the best of doubters.
I would say what you notice is that there seems to be something in the like seal between the doors that when the doors are open will probably break.
Okay. Yeah, I have like on me. I have Smith's tools, Tinker's tools, and
Yeah, you could make a dexterity plus proficiency check to try and disarm it.
Okay. Very much. I will do.
So how's this gonna work? If you don't succeed, but you don't fail by too much, then you can make the second one at disadvantage, and if you fail that one, then it's gonna go off.
Understood. And I'll like tell everybody there's something in this door. I'm gonna try to disarm it.
Are you gonna point it out to everyone as well?
Yes.
I will
And,
say, just like looking around, all of the doors have it. Actually, no, just the fancy doors. Just the fancy.
And I'll just want everybody like to stand back in case, like just in case this goes really badly. I'm really confident. And here's the roll.
So you manage to gingerly take your like kind of tools and basically unwedge this thing from the kind of sides of the doors, and you kind of pull out this just like very thin, long vial. It almost looks like one of those ceiling light bulbs, like we know it, like just kind of like one of those tubes filled with just clear gas.
And presumably still sealed.
Yep.
So I'm gonna hold it like very gingerly and just like, this is very poisonous. I assume there's
Something.
What's my true sight see?
I mean, it's an alchemical mixture. It's
Okay.
not. It's magical in that it's alchemical. I will say with True Sight, you can now clearly see that a very similar mixture is in the other fancy door of the 2 fancy doors. In the 2 not fancy doors, there appears to be something else inside in the door as well. But it's not in the like middle of the doors. There just appears to be something inlaid into like the top arch of the door.
I'm gonna nudge my boy and point that way. Well, there's something different that way. Same thing that way, something different that way.
There's stuff in the ceilings.
In the ceilings? Okay.
Like above the door, like
Mm-hmm.
right, like flush on the door frame. On the ceiling.
Like,
a non-fancy door.
okay. How many?
Just one each on each door.
On each door. I'll go ahead and use another detect traps in this room. I got 3 charges of that.
So yes, there is 100%. So first of all, there is a beautiful art object, like kind of sitting in this room. It is trapped. Then there, both the one fancy door is no longer trapped. One is, and then the two things come up as like alchemical mixtures. However, they like the spell kind of indicates that like they're not. Neither are like technically dangerous. Like if you open this door right this second, it would do you no harm.
Okay. I explain that.
But that could change.
That feels like. I feel like that just means it's going to be something that takes effect later. Either way, either way, let's at least check inside, see if the contracts are locked in here. It's at least safe to go in this room. I will do. And
so you enter in. You see a kind of library. So it kind of evokes a lot of like classic like rich medieval fantasy libraries, right? Like a fireplace, the like ladder for books that goes along the wall, like walls of shelves of tomes. You do see like also some like you see like an Umber Hulk kind of head carapace mounted on the wall. You also see like swords, like lots of swords hanging up on the wall. Some of them ornamental, but most of them not. Like you see most of these like battle-worn swords. Most of them are short swords, like kind of more traditional, like dual-wielding type, which is more traditional drow than like the long sword or great sword. And there are also a lot of these. You also see a few like tapestries that have not the noble house of Green nor Lady Green symbol, but is rather just kind of like a like open flame that is below kind of like some kind of like cloud. Like steam coming off of the cloud almost, kind of.
Andrea's vibrating because she's in a library. Calms her tits.
However,
Yeah.
the library has been essentially ransacked. Like, it looks like books have been like picked up, thrown, and it looks like in a rage somebody has destroyed most of them.
Someone was looking for something.
And there are all manner of very interesting. I mean, with True Sight, I'll say, and Detect Magic, which would, I'll say is going to last similarly because it only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There are a few of these swords that are magical. The hilts do seem to have some alchemical stuff on them, though.
Are there any rapiers?
The ones that are magical. These are actually short swords.
Okay. Are there any...
Rapiers are also very drow, but these mostly are short swords.
Are there any,
Here's what I say. Rapiers are very woman. Short swords are for men. Short swords. They take less metal. Kind of.
are there traps anywhere around the swords?
Are you going to cast Detect Traps?
How
Pretty
long
sure it's
this...
just a one-time. Like,
Yeah.
You only have so many charges on that.
Yep, I have one more charge.
Okay.
Alright,
So
let
you
me...
can cast Detect
Do you
Traps.
tell Hangozi that you're interested in the swords?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him all the information that I see.
She didn't say anything. She certainly didn't. She certainly said that we could take whatever. So and I found this first trap. I'm just looking for it. So I'll just have a look to see if
I mean, Anja can also tell that on the hilt of the blades is alchemical stuff. Because I've established that True Sight can see it.
Yeah, there's alchemical markings on the hilts of these swords.
Yeah, but there might also be something for pulling them off the wall. And,
Okay.
and that's what I'm
Go
looking
ahead and make an
for.
investigation. Yep, understood. Not that you can see.
Looks fine. Let me get some. Let me get something to cover my hands with. And I'll dig around my pack, get a little bit, get some cloth, and wrap that around my hands. I'll let her guide me towards one of the magical short swords, and then move it.
Okay, make a constitution saving throw as you feel the cloth fill with some kind of liquid and touch your hand.
Constitution. Okay.
Please put on your character sheet Kareem's boon, unworthy wielder.
Okay.
But you grab the sword. Yeah, it definitely looks magical, and you see it looks like it's styled after like the pincer of a umber hull, except that obviously the kind of pincer side is sharpened, but it has like these kind of segmented triangle teeth along the edge of it, so it's almost like kind of in the line of a short sword and a scimitar. Looks really cool.
So I definitely did feel that liquid.
Yes.
So while he's holding it, he'll just say cloth wasn't thick enough. If you want this, find something thicker, or don't hold it, or something else to hold it with.
Or I think I'm good. Thanks for trying.
No, I'll just put it back.
Okay. And I'm guessing you haven't took it to take you just kept it in your hand the whole time.
Right.
Okay.
Appreciate you taking that jump for me.
Yeah. Well,
What's everyone else doing? Where's everyone else?
That's what y'all doing. You're in
The drow are
mostly ransacked library.
drowing it up. So what's everyone else doing?
Aang is probably very, very interested in one of the swords.
Mm-hmm.
It can be magical or otherwise. He's just interested in it.
Yeah. You want to grab it?
I'm also working it.
Well, and what is somebody else doing?
Throck is. Can he fit in here?
Yeah. The doors are made to accommodate people of increased height.
Shit.
So are we at the very bottom? Because I know we went. Did we go down?
No, there are more floors below. At least another floor below this.
I want to actually go something else down this floor.
Okay. Does anybody want to go with Brock?
I'm gonna go with Rock.
Okay. And what's Shatter doing?
Chatter's going to go with Doc as well, and Proserpina.
Great. So, yay. Classic splitting the party during a dungeon crawl. My favorite. So,
I guess other than that, swords are a plus. Still gotta canvas this room to see if any of the stuff that's on him is here.
yeah.
And I think that's all investigation.
Yeah. Anja, would you help with that?
Sorry, I have to do some mod stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll cut to the friends going downstairs. So you go down, and the spiral staircases, one of them at least, and there is again this kind of antechamber. However, around the so around 1/4 of it, there is just a how do I describe this thing I had in my head? So there essentially imagine a lava lamp, but without glass around it. So it's just this strange alchemical thing that is naturally just kind of moving around and just being this strange form, shifting colors, and it's in an arch around one of these massive doors. And it's this beautiful door. It has gold and gem inlays. this is a massive, beautiful door. And then there's like 2 others that are like very nice, like fancy doors, but like that's nothing like the other one. And then only one of the spiral staircases appears to still be going down after that.
All right. Sorry. What was I needed to assist with characterly?
Konghuzi was going to search the room to see if anything y'all needed was.
Okay. And this is, I've done 2 rooms, so this is my 3rd room. I've done.
Well, so no, this is still a library.
Okay, this is the same library. Okay. What can I do to assist with this? Detect magic is still going. Yeah, I'll do an investigation. I'm
great. So why don't you do it with advantage because Konghuzi would be helping.
Absolutely. Because I think I'm pretty good at investigation, actually. Yeah, that's one of my... Yeah, pretty good.
Six. Mm-hmm. So, there are no things that you were searching for.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are some things of note and value. Mm-hmm. So, I will say you can easily find 2,500 gold worth of like rare books that have not been destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are like particularly useful right now. Like they're mostly just like rare because there aren't many of them. Most of them would be on like gods, like the war between heaven and hell, like the heavens and hells.
Okay.
And then you also do. So there is like the large desk. With your true sight and other things, you are able to see that there is a section that's like a little more guarded. I'll just say with the 26 you're able to get through it.
Yeah.
You do see a small leather-bound book. Looks like a journal, most of which has been torn away.
Okay. Well, there's lots of books here that could at least monetarily compensate for losses.
And they don't appear alchemically.
Yeah, she says that out loud. And I'm gonna like point toward the desk, and it's like there's a journal in there you might want to look at. Be careful.
And like, yeah, I guess like this, and like, as I'm like going over to it, like, did you see any traps or anything like that?
I'll do my. I'm gonna like. This is my last charge. Do you want me to use it here?
No, I'll just look.
Okay.
And
I'll say with the 26, like you're able to get around it and get to the journal.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just pace through it.
Yeah, I mean, like you'll have to like sit there and read it for a while if you want. But like they look like journal entries.
Okay, yeah, like I'll mention it, like this has got some stuff in it. I'm gonna take a little bit to read this. Give me a heads up if they need to do things. I'm not gonna just hang out.
Real quick, going back downstairs, what do y'all want to do in the second bottom floor? Second level.
So I want to like kind of like put my rock hands on the floor and kind of just like sense around like feel if there's anything.
You sense one creature sitting still inside the biggest room with like the arch of cool looking stuff.
How big could it be?
Person size.
I'm gonna like point back to the room and like with a shadow across the floor and then just like make like a sipping motion. Point back to the door. And then I'm gonna move to one of the other doors and just like see if there's anything that looks out of place within the door.
I'll say it's already been pointed out, they also have the same little contraption in between the doors as the other 2 upstairs.
Okay. So I like try to get out? With my
Yeah,
rock hands?
make a dex check with disadvantage with your big rock hands. Okay, so make a Constitution save. You resist whatever the effect of this is, but it does. You like try and grab it, and a completely clear and odorless gas just like washes past you. Proserpina and Shatter make con saves with advantage because it is a gas. Okay, so Proserpina, you are fine, but Chatter, please write on your character sheet, Fareen's Boon, unwelcome visitor.
Oh.
So, what are y'all doing now?
You said there's a staircase descending?
There's one more, like only one of the staircases that is opposite from the big fancy door still descends.
I'm just gonna quietly go down.
You reach a solid mithril door.
Ooh.
Which is in itself worth like another mansion.
I don't think I can carry that.
No, that thing is like they literally had to levitate that down. That's pretty much the only way to get down this far.
I'm just gonna shrug my shoulders and knock on.
There's a ringing sound, and then there's no like there's not even like the prison like bar window. It's just solid door. But you hear like something scrabble up and like a muffled voice like kind of like screeching or like being upset.
2 seconds. I believe that Ember has to go. So let's just kind of say bye to him real quick so that he can go and take care of some family stuff so that I'm just ready for cameras. Like all this happens. Thank you, Ember.
Family stuff happens. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
Bye.
Bye. Cool, there we go. So, as I fix cameras.
So, you're just gonna go back up, or are you?
No,
Gonna do anything?
oh, I heard it's the something behind it making
Yeah, there's a moving thing at least behind this door.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Can you understand me?
You kind of hear like a muffled like like someone like basically like yelling like an affirmation, and you can barely hear it through this door.
Can you let me in? Please?
You hear like a negatory. No.
Oh, I mean, okay. And Lady Hareen sent me here, so I figured anyone here would help us let us in the door.
There is a shriek.
Oh, God. Do we hear this?
No.
Oh.
She can barely.
She barely hears this.
Okay, I heard a like shrieking.
Proserpina is like,
Yeah. Oh, is it a Proserpina shriek or? No. Okay.
no,
Sorry.
yeah, none of y'all hear. Like this is
Okay.
through the thickest and most dense metal known to y'all.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, well, that's nice too, so I guess I'll just stay back there.
No, you precious bean.
Yeah, you get like a no sound, like.
I don't want to hurt you, but if you don't want to let me in, okay, I'll go back up the stairs. Bye. Have a nice day.
You get that like a pained like, almost bit of frustration in it. Make an insight check.
Okay. Nope.
Man, what? How rude. How rude can you be? Great. So then we're gonna cut back up. So Throck and Chatter, what are y'all doing?
Does Chatter hear Proserpina speaking
No.
out loud? Like saying
I'll say you hear like the sound of Proserpina's voice coming up.
Right? Doesn't like Chatter now have like super hearing or something?
Smell.
Smell. Okay.
I'm good at smelling things. Chatter's gonna immediately try to go wherever Proserpina is, like hearing that she's interacting with something, perhaps.
Yeah. So you kind of like come down and you see Proserpina say like the last thing she said to the door. Start to turn around.
Are you talking to somebody, Proserpina?
Oh, there's someone behind the door, but they won't let me in.
Oh.
I even said please.
Shadow's gonna go check out the door.
It's massive and made of mithril.
Are there any gaps in or around the door?
No.
It's like flush with the floor.
You think even just from a preliminary look that this door is capable of keeping in gas?
Proserpina, maybe it's best that a door stays closed.
Okay.
Does he hear the little
Yeah, you hear that.
despaired whine?
Yeah.
Oh
That's what you
no.
It's hard to be let out, but it won't help me.
He's gonna check out the door to see like how it's being kept closed.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Cheddar's not bright. He's not
Yeah, there's no visible lock,
bright.
is what I will say. Like there's not like a keyhole.
He's
Because a
just gonna try to
keyhole
push it
could
then.
let gas.
Right. He's just gonna.
There is a handle. That's
Oh, it's like a pull handle.
like yeah, like a push down and push in handle.
Yeah, he's gonna try that.
Okay.
It sounds like somebody needs help and he's concerned.
Yeah. No, I understand. So
Oh, it's Chatter. No, the beans.
so I need you both to make con saves.
The beans.
Due to where this is with disadvantage. Okay. Oh, Chatter did do it. So, Proserpina, please mark Harine's boon, unwelcome visitor. And Chatter, you take 30 points of poison damage as a clear, odorless gas fills this antechamber, and you just feel like you breathe it in, and you just feel something inside of you react violently to it, and your like heart skips a few beats.
That's icky.
But also the door doesn't open.
He's just
The
gonna
handle
try to
is
pick up
pushed down the hole.
Proserpina and like leave the room. Like he's just gonna try and like help her. He doesn't know if she's reacted on the poison. He's gonna try to like help her out because
Proserpina seems fine.
Was it
that was a
possible
big
for
owl.
Rock to kind of watch from off the
Yeah,
side?
sure. You watch this happen.
I'm gonna like go down.
Okay. Make a con save. With it, I'll say no disadvantage because it has slightly dispersed at this point. Are you an unwelcome visitor? Like, do you have that boon yet?
No.
Cool. You now have the boon, Harine's boon, unwelcome visitor. But yes, you see what's going on.
Okay, so I want to try
Has Proserpina and Chatter left to this point, or are they going to stay down to see what happens?
When Brock comes down to check it out, Chatter will like stop to see like what happens and provide assistance if needed.
So, Rock, roll me just a luck check. Just straight up d20, see how lucky. Okay. As you slam into the door, I need everyone to make another con save with disadvantage.
I'm assuming not the drow that are upstairs.
No. just
But
the
do
three
we
down
hear the slamming of the door?
there. Honestly, probably not. You're
Okay.
2 floors up, and this
Oh,
is...
they...
This
Yeah,
is
they're
supposed to
way
be-
delayed.
Regardless, I just want to... If I could just cut to upstairs for a hot second
Yeah, please.
and look at Honghuzi and look around. Where's everybody?
And
He
it's
looks
like
so horrified. He looks so horrified.
Proserpina, did I get a con save from you?
I was like to know I'm going to use Indomitable.
Yes, please.
Give myself a reroll.
Ah,
Necessary.
she is a fighter. Ugh.
Oh. No. Not with disadvantage, because of where this is.
14.
So that means that everyone will take 34 points of poison damage, as you are all currently unwelcome visitors.
What's the DC on this? I got 20.
Oh, sorry, you do not, Rob. Sorry. The other two do. As, again, this, like, odorless, clear gas fills the chamber, and you two, Chatter and Proserpina, like, your heart, like, your nervous system goes, like, wild. You're filled with pain, as whatever this is, like, reacts with something else in your body. But yeah, it appears that just hitting the door, which is made of, like, mithril, so your stone didn't really do much, seemed to also trigger the defense mechanism.
How much damage did you say?
34.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And to clarify, on a save, do you take half?
Yes.
And
I
is
think
it
you're
for-
immune to poison as an earth elemental, so you're fine. Rock can't take poison damage for now. I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
figure out a way.
For the record,
her
Chatter
family
looks
views
very
us as
bad.
Hmm. Yeah, like, Cheddar, you're having difficulty breathing at this point. Like, your breath is a little labored.
He will cast a healing spell on himself. He's gonna do a good old cure wounds
Yeah,
at
go
a
ahead.
third level.
Go ahead and do that, and we'll cut back upstairs. So, Uzi, you're reading through this journal. The most of the beginning section of this journal has been torn up. You don't know where it is. Who knows? So, get out the notes. So, so, you see that there is the are dated. You see first off, I'm not going to read it all in voice, but give you kind of more what is happening, because there is a good amount. So there is a showing of a uprising that apparently not of House Hareen, but of a close ally, which is now out of the game, had an uprising of lizard folk that like toppled the home and escaped directly upwards, and are probably now, as the writer of this journal, in that backward swamp they prefer to call home. This was about 200 years ago.
Huh.
And so you see them writing about the increased paranoia of the noble houses. And then it doesn't use a lot of proper nouns. In fact, it tends to use like kind of more code names, because this was found. It's better not to implicate yourself. It does say though, the one I can give you is that it keeps referring to the wife of this individual as their darling wife. And so it says that my darling knight has suggested that perhaps our skill and alchemy should not be our only weapon against the tides of chaos. And then there are some more entries about like just running a drow house, like of different political machinations, like yes, the spawnling poisoned the bear, and like all these different like things that have no real meaning because it's code names and code words. But eventually you see now a lot of the back section as well is torn away. You see the first section, like the first like 2/3 of this book has been torn out completely, and like someone, you know, removing evidence might. This is torn out. You see there are shreds and scraps of paper left within the journal, as if someone not of their right mind or much more hastily tore it out of this book. What you get is that this person and their wife has sought out the boon of something. There's never a mention of what. They're founded an order. You see there is a preliminary sketch of a few order of the wilted rose leaves until you see one that you've seen now before fully made, and like a note underneath of like, this is the one we shall use. This shall be what keeps our house, nay, the world, safe. You see further in recruiting, talking about gathering those lower born nobles who have no real shot of true power, but could be useful nonetheless within the ranks of the order. Finding those who have ambition but no outlet, and giving them hope, giving them exactly what they need in exchange for subservience within this new order. You then see, as time goes on, something mentioned of whatever power was beseeched coming to collect something. This power seems unhappy. The order seems to be doing well, and you even see mention of it spreading to the surface, albeit far less successfully.
That's
The next section, yes.
helpful information. At the very least, we know it was started by her family.
There is a mention of a pact. The journal entries here are short. Pact is made. I know not whether I damn my family for success or failure. My darling wife believes it is the only way. In the last few sections, the writing becomes much more fanatical, much more purposeful. You see writings that say things like, why do we suffer even the most minor of these spawn to live? Why do we let what has been created from the greatest evils to walk among us? If we are to truly debase what we have sought to swindle, we must wipe it all away, lest it find any purchase with which to crawl and claw back from. You see section. This one, not torn out. This one you see alchemically burned out, as if somebody else you know got rid of these sections. You do see a few keywords like argument, fight, misunderstood, confused. And then the last few pages, these are dated essentially like 20 question. Like, I haven't gotten into like the year it is, because that's not really of interest to me. but it's clear that whoever wrote this was unaware of the date. Such as says, my former wife has seen fit to lock me away here. I know not why. We seek only... There's visible, like, pauses and confusion, like someone was dictating this more than rethinking out like the written. Seek only to prevent our downfall. We had agreed to this. I do not see simply written on the last page over and over. I'm Resta Kareem, Primogen, the Order of the Wilted Rose. I am Resta Kareem, Order of the Wilted Rose. Primogen, Order of the Wilted Rose.
Jose, where is everyone?
He closes the thing, like looks up, like shit, like he is almost literally panicking, and like you see him like almost like absent-mindedly as he's like putting the diary like in like a pocket of his clothing, keep it close. You see him like absent-mindedly like reach over to his shoulder, like squeeze it, so looking around and like calls out like, Proserpina, where are you? And like his first guess, like he looks up, I assume like he's here, so like starts running downstairs. Proserpina, and like literally he's like calling out the whole time. Oh, you're muted.
You get down and see like them coughing, like they both look poisoned.
Fuck! Move! Get up!
There's someone behind the door.
Who cares? Get up!
Oh,
He sounds like he's trying to kill you. You are poisoned. Get up!
Why is he trying to kill me?
I don't know. Get up! You're like, oh.
Anja doesn't.
Hi.
How was that person here? Oh fuck. like I assume that that Anja's like not been like near for
Like, she wasn't. Yeah, she did not rush down so quickly. She didn't like take her time either, though, sort of thing. So she's probably like down there as you're like ushering the poor girl out of the room. Is she all right?
Poisoned, and I found him. With some decent odds.
Okay. So what's going on? Why is everyone down here? Possibly, and I'm gonna look at Chatter and Throck. What are y'all doing? You know not to just
behind this door that needs help.
I'm gonna look at Honghuzi. And so how did you get poisoned? Like, what was the trigger? Yes, Throck? You were the trigger? Okay. Chatter, what was that? Please communicate in common.
There's somebody in there that needs help.
Right.
They've been in there for 24 years. They'll be fine.
Well, that's a long time. If nobody should be trapped for that long. That's awful.
You're thinking what I'm thinking, right, Honghuzi?
Unless you moved him across the manor for no reason. That's it.
He could have answers for us.
You're not wrong. problem is what he's going to do when he sees. The problem is what he's going to do when he sees who we are.
Well, I don't think you and I will have much of a problem, but I'm going to turn and look at Proserpina. All things considering. How can we make her not look like who she is then? Or what she is?
Probably overtaking it, just don't let him see her. And don't let him see her until we make sure he's in control.
Well, let's So what was the guy in the journal's name was his name? Rasta. Alright. I'm just gonna go stand a good bit, but be like, "Hi, I'm Anja. Are you Resta? Resta? You're not Resta. Are you lying to me? Can I insight that?
Can I provide assistance?
Yeah, sure.
I will do
Alright.
that.
Cool. Alright, let's 21.
They're not lying to you.
They're not lying. It's not him.
And then like, why isn't he saying words? Are you gagged? Can you speak? It's words.
He's gagged, he can't speak. Alright, so this is yes or no questions, right? Do you know how to not get poisoned? Don't know. Wow, you're really useless. It'll be really hard to save you for being so useless. Yeah.
What's the material around the door?
Looks like rock.
Could I try to attack the rock and not the door?
I'm gonna go
If
back
Holmes
up
is-
the spiral staircase.
If
Wait a
Holmes
minute.
is wind up, he's gonna like he's just gonna like motion.
Yeah, who's
do not.
Yep.
Who's witnessing?
I'm like, if you're gonna do that, I'm going upstairs.
I'm gonna point to like the door and then shake my head no, and then I'm gonna point my finger to the rock beside the door. Yes.
He's gonna like
Here, also, I will say, Throck, make a perception check here. See what you see. As per the.
And I'm assuming my true sight dropped, right?
Cool. Yes. So that's not actually rock. It looks a lot like rock, but you think that's not rock. It's probably it like the closest I could say is actually like more of brittle terracotta.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and
I guess like when it's like obvious that you're gonna do this, like how many to get
Spiral. Yep. Like, let's.
So sounds like nobody sees what happens to rock, but rock. Make a dex save.
I can. I can leave Daisy down to witness.
As your hand just shatters the terracotta, hits the like what's probably fairly thin sheet of metal behind, but inside the terracotta brick there happens to be acid. So you take 24 points of acid damage as you essentially dissolve part of your fist punching through the terracotta brick. And it appears that whatever this kind of terracotta is not susceptible to the acid, so it just kind of spills out and just starts pooling on the ground. So now, would you like to leave the like landing there, or would you like to stand there?
I would like to move back. I would like to try and dig like 5 feet away from the acid coming dry, a hole.
Okay, yeah, there's like just a pool of acid.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna show like my hand.
You see like acid storing and scarring along the massive fist of the rock.
We're leaving.
Yeah, who cares who's behind the door now? Mm.
Rock just shakes his head at both of you.
Looks so exasperated.
You're nearly getting. I swear to. She's not dying for this. Not dying for this.
No one is dying for this. You shouldn't. Come on, Throck. We got more to look for, and if we can't find what we're here for, it'll at least give us time to think about what this is.
He rolls his eyes and then just...
I know, buddy.
You're now on the floor with, I'm just gonna say it, clearly the master bedroom and then two other rooms, one of which has been detrapped, although not successfully and stealthily by Throck.
Hey, I'm gonna give him a little thumbs up. Proserpina, Chatter, how are you both feeling? You need to sit?
I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
A little woozy, but I can keep going. Don't mind me.
Okay. How about let's stick together in the big scary trap mansion from now on? Because the two people that can probably save you from bad things, we're in a different room than all of you. And we want to keep you safe. So, let's stick together, okay? Let's, not lose anyone else. And, so, which room we want first?
Yeah, I mean, first, I'll check the doorway, yeah. Might as well see if there's anything in the master. Yes. Check the doorway. Investigation.
I can well, you don't need an assistance.
It would appear there is a magical effect over this door, but there are no traps on this side. Like, there's nothing preventing somebody from opening this door. From this side.
I could open the door. There's magic.
Let's just maybe stand back. I can maybe mage hand it open, and maybe that will trigger something.
Yeah, and then we'll just go back up.
Yep, and everyone backing up, and mage hand appears and opens the door.
Nothing with ill effect seems to happen with the door.
Okay.
It swings open. People with dark vision can see into it a bit. A massive, beautiful bed, like the four-poster with the drapes kind of closed around it. Just through kind of the ambient light spilling in, as this room is devoid of it, there is the silhouette of a gaunt figure kneeling on the bed. Perception check for them.
From us or for them?
For them. As it opens. Well, my darling.
What's your name?
There's a long pause. You see the figure start to almost shake, appearing to want to move.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Humphrey's gonna he's gonna squint, and then he's gonna reach slowly into his back, and slowly basically he's gonna slowly pull out the symbol of the house. I have the symbol of the house here. Does that tell you what you need to know?
Also, I will say they are basically facing away from the door. They cannot see any of you.
Right.
And yeah, from those perception checks that I saw, it's really just a figure kneeling down. I'll say they look pretty gaunt. But like, they've probably been trapped down here for quite a while.
I'll see if I can go. Good, but person. Did I respond to the
Are you? Do you work for her? Did she send you here? Did she finally? Is it time?
She sent me here to retrieve some things for
I to retrieve me, of course.
I think she would be happy if you were to assist.
Yes, I know these tunnels well. I can lead you to whichever of the cities she has been searching for and taking residence in.
And before we leave, there's some things we need to retrieve from the book. Can we help with that?
Yes, just simply release me from what was done. I'm sure in a moment of anger.
Well, I'm gonna ask you this just so I can be sure myself. Did she tell you what would need to be done to safely free?
No, we did not. When she told me what she had done, I was angry, and I should not have been. This time has taught me nothing but that. I understand now why she had to do what she did. And we shall figure out how to make it right, but not given the knowledge.
Can I insight this, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll take my assistance.
18.
Nothing here to lie to you.
Okay. Does he seem honestly remorseful and...
He seems like he's been trapped underneath the ground and maybe in this exact position for around minimum 100 years based on the journal.
I'm gonna kind of look at Honghuzi then and be like, if he's been trapped here for this long, how did his journal get to the desk?
This is it. Okay.
Oh. What's your name?
Were you not informed?
No. What's your name?
We're much younger than you, sir. Much
Sir,
younger.
wait. Yes. Sir. That is correct. I command you to release me. As the lord of this house.
Lord Resta, is that you?
That is Lord Hareen to you.
Oh, they're all awful.
Like, and then he's gonna be like visibly like wincing, like he would personally kind of rather not, like, but and like he will say like, what is the order of the house?
I understood. Well, no, I did not know how to free myself from the house, but I did not think there would be another trap for me in here. So please, no, I command you.
I would like as a princess. I would like a please.
Make a deception check.
Am I really deceiving them?
You're half.
It's
You are
true.
nothing.
They can't
That
see you.
that is
cannot see
true. I
They can see
am
you,
not.
then no.
I am not great at deception. Can I get some assistance here, Hunguzi?
They don't have the skills.
All right, come on, Dice. You have been very good to me lately. So
Yes, you must be the leader of this expedition. Yes?
me and my trusty assistant.
A male.
Who else would assist me?
Maybe my lady.
Demosaur.
Lady Demersor.
Is there any insight? I do have magical skills. What, the tricks and trades of this manor?
And, like, out of character, Rob, you mentioned the room was, like, I assume, like, very dark, yes?
Yeah, there's no light.
Okay, like, yes, I just got the first thing right. Then, please be prepared, number. Carefully.
Huh?
All I know. Of course. I waited for as long as I could. I slept with the men, but I had belonging. So I came back down here, and when I opened the box, this happened. And I've not been able to move since.
I'm going to, before I do anything else, first of all, do we see the rest of our friends? Like, are they also there? Okay. I'm also assuming most of this conversation has been in Undercommon.
It
Like-
would be an Elven.
In Elven? Okay. So it's in Elven at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Probably, like, the dialect, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's some Undercommon stuff to it, but Undercommon is like a little bit more of like the people language
Yeah.
for like Drow society. Like
Yeah.
upper echelons typically stays more Elven,
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Maybe
more-
even closer to
more-
Sylvan, too.
more classy. Yeah,
Like,
you would speak to Sylvan in like to a matriarch.
yeah. I'm going to message...
And I'll just assume it's getting like translated. To
Yeah.
something else.
I'm gonna message Throck because he's probably the one least hurt. Just kind of hold up my finger and speak into my copper ring. Throck, I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but this guy might want to kill Proserpina, so... Can you and Chatter please keep her safe?
Brock then kind of moves beside Proserpina.
Okay. So the door is open, right?
Mhm.
And we see this guy. I'm gonna take Hunghuzi's hand. Because, like, there's the trap. We're just not sure how it's triggered.
Like not even necessarily trap.
Oh.
It's a spell.
It's a spell. Okay, I'll do another wand of detect magic so I can see what kind of school it is.
Abjuration.
Abjuration.
Yep.
Okay, then can I do an
And there's
Arcana
another-
check?
And there, ooh.
Like
I'm gonna
mine.
look up what the other one
yeah.
around him is, but
Mhm.
so you wanted to do an Arcana check on the door,
Yeah, I want to do an Arcana check on the door.
and around him is enchantment. Actually.
Okay, there's enchantment around him, aberration, because I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out what spell will be triggered crossing the threshold.
None.
Nothing will be triggered crossing the threshold.
A spell appears to be on the threshold. Like
On
it
the
is,
threshold.
It is the threshold. Like there's a spell
Gotcha.
kind of covering it, like a barrier.
Hmm.
And then there's an enchantment spell
There's
on
an
him.
enchantment on him.
Essentially, just like how the Gith were able to persist a change self, like
Mhm.
that transmutation. There's probably a similar device to hold the spell for this long on this person.
Okay.
which would be very difficult.
Let me look
Very,
at
very expensive.
I'm looking at all my resources right here. Just gotta be.
We're running up on time. So what's the plan?
This is my channel. No, I'm sorry. I was just seeing if I had it's just detect magic. So I'll go ahead and shit. I'll go ahead then and hold my hand out to Hanghuzi and be like, "You want to jump across with me, Dimension Door?" Or
then he'll hold up a hand like, "Let me try something."
Okay.
Very quickly, and he'll take a dagger and I'll just hook it directly at the threshold. Is it
Walking across the threshold or moving across it doesn't seem to work.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and, hope back to leave. So I'm going to just Dimension Door across with him if he wants to come with me.
Mm-hmm. You're deeper into the room. Yeah, it's a extravagant, elaborate master bedroom, but nothing happens.
Okay.
It's been going. It's a whisper, very quiet, about as quietly as it can.
Mm-hmm.
Can you clear the spell from him?
Can you what? I didn't hear.
Can you clear the spell from him?
No, I don't have anything to clear the spell.
I mean, theoretically, there's got to be a physical object that if you broke, would basically lose its concentration.
And now that we're inside, can we see with dark vision? Can we see?
Because dark vision doesn't have colors and it's more black and white. So through the curtain of the 4-poster bed.
Okay. Fuck, guys.
Because there's also no more light. So
oh god.
Okay, so
shit. Nope, that's guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hold up. Time. Just give me 2 seconds. My computer black screened on everything. I can't see it. I might be able to. I think everything's loading. I think everyone's back. Okay. Nope, we're frozen. Okay, Windows had a hiccup. Okay, I think we're fine now. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So I guess the first thing is we need some light more clear. Just very simple. Roll up some cut some rope off, roll it up, and then just very quick, very simple torch. Just get some light.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really uncover much more because you're just kind of creating more shadow for the curtain. But yeah, I will say you can see pointed ears and very skinny, gaunt, not much meat on those bones.
And then I'll start just swinging around to see if whatever the item is. See if it's.
You see a small little jewelry box shape object directly in front of him.
I have. So one of the things I was going about was that I just reread the wand, and there was technically only one thing of detect magic on there. So I'm just gonna subtract one of the identifies off of it instead, because there's 3 identifies, 1 detect magic, and 2 or 3 detect traps or whatever. So I'm just gonna take one. How many times have I used identify?
Once today.
Once today. So I'll use this last charge of identify on this box.
So you'd have to. I mean, you can do that, but you'll have to open the curtain and go into the bed.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to touch it, so it's in the box. But you could also do it on the door frame. Find out what that is.
Mhm.
You can do that.
Mhm. Sure.
Great. So you learn that on the door is essentially the magic circle stone, which forbids one kind of creature from entering or leaving the magic circle.
Mhm.
It is preventing undead from entering or leaving. And as you discover this, having snuck up on most of the group, there are footsteps coming down the staircase. And that's where we'll leave off on this episode of Revenge of the Gith.
All right, 5 minutes.
You made a big old noise in this abandoned
I
mansion.
did make a big old noise in this abandoned mansion. That's the... Yep. Okay.
That's
Hi.
related for-
Yep. So, hey guys, thank you for coming and showing up real quick. We had 2 players that had to leave at the end because it gets late on the East Coast when we play this. So let's be sure to make sure you give our friends some love. We'll first have...
He games. Woo!
Yeah, Ember and She Games, He Games. So let's get Hope's link up. Make sure you guys follow Hope. And make sure you guys follow Ember, though all he does is retweet our stuff. But that kind of stuff. So please give some love to our friends there. As far as the rest of the channel goes, make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for the season finale of The World of Ashenfell. And I get to have my Thursdays off for a little while. I'm so happy. Yeah, just for like a month I get my Thursdays off. It's nice. That's a vacation at that point. And Saturday, you can catch us with the Dragon Age TTRPG that we do here. And then come back around here where we got some more Dungeons and Dragons. Myself in the hot seat as the DM with the Roots Ragnarok, and then back here with Gith. And that's what you can do on this channel. I'm on other places too, but that someone else can promote that since I'm on it with them. So, everyone else, let us know where we can find you on the internet. All that good noise. It's been great to have you. And we go backwards, starting with our good friend Obadiah. Go ahead, fam.
Yeah, I'm Obadiah, at JostaDice on Twitter and on Twitch, at twitch.tv/Nabi, where you can catch me on Tuesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And come on in this Friday, and you can find me starting Neo.
Okay. It's Robin. Like,
There's 2 people are going. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I'm Robin. You can find me all over the social medias as Robin_Shadle. You'll find me next on Saturday night, my own Twitch channel, my /Glorious Return to Twitch. My partner and I's anniversary, we're starting a new stream, Roll for Date Night, a one-on-one mini 4 to 5 session game where we switch out the ending after each story to go really deep into solo, character-driven stories. We're starting with a tale of love, a family honor, and a political intrigue with gay tabaxi.
some gay,
Because you start with making pussy jokes.
some gay pussy. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a child.
Oh, you're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear that thrown out.
Tana.
Hi everyone, I'm Montana. You can find me at Montana What on Instagram and at Montana What 2 on Twitter. You can find me tomorrow night at Joe Foldren. We're going to be playing Mass, from Tales from the Interverse. Computer-based mass game where you play 2 I play Backlash. That will be at 9 p.m. PDT. Yes. And actually, you can actually catch my sci-fi show this Sunday, but we actually switched last Sunday to this Sunday. You can find that at Alchemy Theater. Yeah, that will be at 7 p.m. PDT time.
PDT? We're in PDT or PST? Like, I don't know the difference. We're in PD? Okay.
Who knows?
Pacific Daylight Time.
Okay.
Stupid, the recipes and stuff like that.
Alright, and I am Robbie the GM at Robbie Rollin on the Twitters. You can find me on Nerd League Gaming's channel with the wonderful Val playing in Hero Complex. That's at 4 p.m. CST. No C or D about it. So just come on in. We're also playing Mass. I am the protege. It's a whole lot of fun. Things are getting already really crazy. We swapped some powers for a second there, so come check us out there. And then, yeah, that's actually the only other stream I have going on right now.
Yeah.
So also just make sure you check out my podcast I'm in. Not Quite Heroes at NQH Podcast on Twitter for all the links and stuff. for 5e Actual Play Podcast, where I play a super anxious vaccine and Gale that comes in the night. So yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, it's not. Also on Thursdays, I'm part of Aether and Steamworks Clockwork
There you
Zephyr,
go. There you
where I
go.
play an Aether Mage who is not registered and is therefore illegal to be an Aether Mage. It's very fun. Check it out on Dice Tyrants. It's new. That's why I forgot.
It's Lot's game, right? Like it's Lot's game,
Yeah,
like his
exactly.
system, their
He's been
system,
in
right?
chat and been
Excellent.
wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Y'all.
Amazing creator and artist. Come check it. Come check it out at least for the art and maps.
Well, hey,
Yeah, no.
my Thursdays will be off. So, anyway, thanks everyone. We're gonna say hello to our friend Starlady, who's also playing some Dungeons and Dragons. So, yeah, everybody, wave bye.
Sorry, guys.